Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. It is us, Dragon's Greed Gaming, and we are nearing All Hallows Eve. Just a few days by the time you hear this. What, 2, 3 days? 3 days till Halloween. So happy Halloween, everybody, and thank you so much for joining us. This is our fourth and final Halloween one shot for 2023. Before we get started, though, as always, be sure you stop by the Facebook page and follow us for all of our latest news and updates. Swing on by the YouTube channel for our video content, including our, at this point, by the time you hear this, our Tale of 4 Gamers for Warhammer Fantasy has ended, and our Tale of 5 Gamers for 40k is in full swing. Check out some gorgeous armies there. We even got a fan army to show off in our last Warhammer 1, so check that out. Stop by Spreaker and where we host the podcast, and swing on by iTunes and Apple Podcasts. Give us those 5-star reviews, help us build the channel, subscribe to the YouTube channel, all that good stuff. Praise the algorithm. And of course, as always, if you want to help support the show a little bit further, you got a couple spare coins in your pouch. You want to toss them into the Dragon's Hoard, swing on by our Patreon, where you get access to all sorts of cool benefits for your monthly donations and patronage. But other than that, let's just get right into it. We're playing some Zombicide Chronicles tonight. If you're not familiar, it is based off the very, very famous Zombicide board games. As a matter of fact, Zombicide 2nd Edition came out maybe about 2, 3, 4 years ago, and as part of the Kickstarter, they did a RPG for that as well, called Zombicide Chronicles. If you've played the board game, the role-playing game works fairly similar, and they've even got miniatures of the starter set characters that you can get for the board game, and then they've also got rules for the RPG as well. So it's time for some high-octane, goofy, zany, zombie-killing insanity. This is not Walking Dead. This is not Black Summer. This is more like Left 4 Dead, where you're fighting hordes and big groups of zombies. You're not superhumans, you're still humans. You're nothing special or out of the ordinary, but you've learned how to fight big groups of zombies, and you've become good at it. That's why you're still alive. So, we've got another round of faces here joining us tonight. Everyone has been on the show at some point, but we'll go around the table as always. Tell us who you are, who you're playing, a little bit about your character, if there's anything you want to tell the group, and then we'll dive in if there's anything else you want to tell the listeners. Players, you are all part of the same group of survivors. You're all from the same camp, so you've been together probably at this point for at least several weeks to several months. The zombie outbreak is relatively fresh. It's probably been happening for less than a year. So you guys have, we're like in season 2 or maybe 3 of The Walking Dead. It's still pretty terrifying, and zombies can still be a dangerous thing. But you've survived this long, so well done. Anyway, we'll start off with Eric joining us after it's been 2 weeks since we saw you at Alien, I think.
Yeah, about that.
About 2-3 weeks.
Yeah. So I'm Eric. I am going to be playing Ben tonight, who was an IT freelance hacker, probably before all this shit went down, who had a habit of boxing, so we get up close and personal. I'm not sure that's where I want to be, but, we'll see how that plays out. But he's kind of a wiry, tattooed, geeky guy. Kind of makes sense for me. It works.
Excellent. All right, and joining us after his fantastic first attempt at GMing our Warhammer game last week, Deadbeard, the Redbeard, has returned.
Hello. Yeah, I'm so excited this week. I was sitting here and thinking to myself, oh, do I have everything set up? I don't need anything set up. I'm done. So it was nice to do a one and done. So appreciate it.
Hell
Tonight,
yeah, man. It was great. Did a
yeah.
fantastic job. If you haven't listened, go listen, people. Everybody's asking us for more Warhammers, so you finally got it. Go check it out.
Oh, and it was fun. Yeah, I will be playing Kiki tonight. Kiki is a postal worker who has a habit of clubbing, or I guess had a habit of clubbing. Yeah, so this should be interesting. I've never once played this game, so pretty excited.
I don't think any of you have played the Zombicide RPG, have you?
Hmm.
No,
No.
I haven't played any Zombicide anything.
Yeah.
I have played
No.
the board game,
Or the
so
game.
I've got at least that.
Okay. Eric, have you played the board game?
I have not. I've looked at it a few times and came close. It was on.
Yeah, this is one of the board games. The first Zombicide was basically one of the very first board games that crushed Kickstarter. I believe the first Zombicide did over $1 million just out of nowhere, and then they've expanded to there's a medieval version. I think there's a sci-fi version.
It's gone
Then they did
Marvel.
Right
season
off the
2.
rail.
Yeah, and they've all the characters. They've got so many characters that are basically based off of either celebrities or pop culture icons. You know,
I got an email the other day about the Eddies pack.
I have the Ninja Turtles.
The Iron
Oh.
Maiden versions of Zombicide.
Oh,
There's
yeah,
all
yeah.
these different Eddies that you could get
Yeah,
for it.
I'm
Like,
I'm a fan of what's his face? The fucking actor that played Machete, Danny Trejo. That's one
yeah.
of my favorites. Yeah, but man, they've got everybody.
He's
They
a
got
playable
fucking-
character.
Basically, yeah, he has his own expansion in Zombicide Season 2. And
That's amazing.
as the games went on, they also added zombie versions of all the characters. You can become a zombiviver instead of a survivor. Dude, they've got everybody, man. They got fucking Gordon Ramsay. They got John Cena, John Wick, fucking the presidents like Trump and Obama and Clinton and
shit.
Lincoln. They got the fucking Queen Elizabeth. Oh, it's hilarious, man. Yeah, Rick Grimes, Michael Douglas's character from Falling Down, just all sorts of goofy shit, man. It's hilarious. So, if you have a celebrity crush or a pop culture icon hero, Chuck Norris, they're there. They're probably in the game somewhere. It's awesome. So, and then they also have a bunch of kind of more generic characters too that may or may not be based on somebody. But okay, cool. Well, that's all right. I don't think a lot of people have played this game. I don't think it got nearly as much love as it should have, but we'll show how that all works tonight. Also joining us back again, my good friend Adam from the For Glory podcast. And he's going to be our GM next week when we start up our Shadowrun campaign. So one last hurrah as a player before he's the one in charge of everything.
Yeah, time to get back behind the screen again. So tonight I will be playing Preston. He used to be an employee at a big box retailer. His habits are reading and watching movies. I picked him because of that. Seems easy enough for me to roleplay. We'll see how this goes. I guess he's got a lot of grit, and he's athletic, but he's not very strong or very smart.
Yeah, it looks like you kind of might be the face of the group here. Oh no, Helen or Kiki's pretty legit too. So, yeah, I don't know what the best combination of characters is here. I ran this, what was it, last year on Scar's channel for Halloween, and I tried to make a balanced party, but this year I was like, ah, fuck it, just let everybody pick whatever they want. So, if you guys don't have a healer, that's on you. And who else do we have tonight? Oh, the frog. The frog is back. He's picked the color green. It all makes sense.
yeah, for sure. I'm out here excited to play some Zombicide. I'm gonna be embodying the voice of Aaron, the bus driver, who I'm gonna obviously put a little bit of a upper Midwest affectation on. Is sort of a taciturn, kind of no bullshit gal who enjoys board games and walks.
Very easy to get behind. I like that. Okay, cool. And I, as always, am your GM, the Great Unclean One, and host, I guess. Always host, not always GM. I will be running our players through this gauntlet of undead hilarity. And what else? Not a whole lot else to share. Just doing the usual, painting models, working on the show, getting ready to play some more 40K next week with Ernie. Very excited to say that we are going to be potentially looking into doing some actual video content for some tabletop stuff. Ernie and I are going to try a couple experiments over the next couple of months and maybe try to get something figured out for next year. We really want to do some sort of battle reports for 40K and or fantasy or just board games. That's something I've always wanted to do for the channel. But that's a lot of work. And probably take a little bit of equipment too. We got to get cameras, mics, lights, all that kind of shit. So we're going to try some basic shit, see what we can do, and go from there. So that is hopefully the plan in the next couple months. Probably not till next year, but it's in the works. It is finally happening. So maybe we'll get some streaming going first, or at least some some video cams of us playing the RPGs, and then we'll expand from there. So it is all still going on, and other than that, we're going to be starting recording our first session of our new Warhammer Patreon campaign this week. So obviously that's September, not October, but by the time you listen to this, episode 1 will be live. We're going to make session 0 free for everybody. So if you want to get a feel for what the next fantasy campaign on our Patreon is going to be, I know a lot of people are clamoring for more Warhammer. Check out session 0. You can also check out session 0 and our finale part 1 of the first campaign for free as well. You can check out Adam over on that alongside Matt, our old high elf friend. So if you want to get a taste of that, see if the Patreon's up for you. You get access to all the episodes if you sign up at our high tier. So if you're interested, swing on by. Anywho, let's delve in here. So you are all survivors of the zombie apocalypse thus far. During this time, you guys have all been around or near, major cities. You've met up with a group of like-minded survivors at this point, and you have a small camp on the outskirts of the city. You're occasionally making supply runs into the city for various things that you need. You don't really have a super permanent settlement yet. Everybody's deciding what would be best to do, where to go, where to hunker down. But for now, you've found other survivors. There's a camp, probably of about maybe a dozen or so of you. And the 4 of you are part of that. You've been with this camp now for probably a few months or so, maybe a couple weeks. And you have quickly proven yourselves as some of the more competent, more fearless of the group. Now, what has happened at this point is you guys are all out on a supply run in the city, trying to find whatever supplies, primarily food and weapons, usually the most important things. You're currently... Oh, I guess before we do this, we should probably pick our gear before we set out. So you guys are going out on a supply run, which you guys have done many, many times here. So if you guys open up your journals tab, you guys will have access to 4 different weapon lists. There are 2 for melee weapons and 2 for ranged weapons. Basically, weapons have a couple different stats, the main being whether or not they are ranged or melee. And then if they are ranged, they will have a range of usually between 0 to 4. 0 being you can use it while you're in combat, and 1 through 4 being basically 1 to 4 turns away. This game doesn't really have movement so much as it just has how many turns do you have before the zombies are on you. So if the zombies are, let's say, 2 turns away, that means any guns that are range 2 or more could shoot at them right off the bat. Otherwise, you gotta wait. So think of it kind of like range bands, like in some other RPGs, like in Alien. You got different range bands. A weapon will also have a dice pool. That's how many extra dice you roll when you make that potential skill. So if a weapon has 2 dice, you roll 2 extra dice on top of your melee or range combat skill. The damage will probably be between damage 1 and 3. That will determine how big of zombie types you can kill. Zombies generally have 1 to 3 health. And if you have a weapon, let's say you're trying to fight a zombie that has 2 health, but you only have a weapon that only does 1 damage, you can't actually harm that zombie. So you guys want to make sure you have a good mix, or at least you yourself have a good mix of weapons that can deal with different things. Very similar to the board game where, the brutes, or I think they're called fatties in the board game, have more health. So you have to have higher damage weapons, or if Abomination shows up, that's where shit really hits the fan. And then if it says dual, yes or no, that means you can dual wield the weapon. Not many weapons can be dual wielded, but some can. And then finally there's accuracy. So I explained earlier, you guys can push, or force, I should say, you can force successes, or you can force dice that are a 4+ to become a success. Whatever that number is on a weapon, the accuracy, that's the minimum number to force a success in combat. So normally it's only dice that are 4+ out of combat. But let's say you're in combat and you have the baseball bat, it's accuracy 3. So you could force any dice that are a 3+ rather than just 4+. Now some are not as good, like the chainsaw, it's a little bit less accurate, but it gets to roll a shit ton of dice, it does more damage. And then there's noisy and silent. If a weapon is noisy, well, then it makes noise when you use it, and noise is what attracts zombies. So you don't always want to be running around firing off guns or revving chainsaws, because if you're trying to be stealthy, those undead motherfuckers are going to find you. So be careful of that. Other than that, you don't really have to worry about ammunition. That's more of a theater of the mind type thing, common sense type stuff. Other than that, you guys are pretty much free to pick whatever gear you would like. So we'll take some time. We'll assume you guys are going through your camp's armory, getting your loadout started. And if anybody has any questions about any of these trinkets, let me know. And then once you decide, just go ahead and write them down. You either put it on your character sheet that you have, or just write it down somewhere off to the side on a scrap sheet of paper. I was not going to go through and scan every card in the game and upload it to Foundry. I don't like you guys that much.
Is there any so if you have a dual weapon, is there any negatives, penalties for like dual wielding machetes?
Let me check for you. I'm trying to find the weapon traits here, what they actually do. Here we go. Okay. If you are wielding 2 identical weapons with the dual trait, you can use them together to make a single attack. When you do, add up all the dice value for both weapons. If it has door opening, that means it allows you to open a door without having to pick a lock or break the door down yourself. Obviously, some things like that will cause noise. If it says noisy or silent, it'll tell you which one it is. If it has reload, you have to spend an action after every attack to reload it. So I think that's single shot things like the shotguns, I think, have that. And then Sniper allows you to ignore friendly fire in combat, and it allows you to choose the targets of your ranged attacks. Otherwise, when you shoot, there's a target priority for hitting zombies based on their size and speed, unless you take the aim action. But if you have a sniper weapon, that overrides that. So that can be helpful because there might be zombies you want to pick off before others, but based on the targeting priority of the game, you might not be able to unless you take the aim action or you have certain weapons. So, yeah, that's pretty much it.
Are we? What are we kind of limiting ourselves to? Just one weapon?
No, you guys can kind of take whatever. At the max, you can carry 6 items on your character sheet, but again, you can't carry 6 chainsaws, for example, or like 6 sniper rifles. So common sense here, but you guys are free to deck yourselves out as you see fit. I would recommend everybody have at least a melee weapon and a ranged weapon.
What's the offhand weapon trait?
Which one says offhand?
K-bar.
Don't try to shave with it, especially if you're not left-handed.
Oh, you know what? That's a weapon from the expansion. Let me check. I don't have that here in front of me. I knew I forgot to upload something into Foundry, and that's what it was. I will check. Oh my god, the hyperlinks actually work. Good job, Cool Mini. Although it's glitching the fuck out, but... Okay, what do we got here?
I always just pronounce it as Simon.
You would. There's a whole... No, I got the list of weapons here, right? Yeah. Did I just forget some? I don't know. Offhand. This weapon can be used in conjunction with another handheld weapon. Add +1 die to the melee weapon equipped in the other hand. I will tell you, you guys do not have any prized katanas, and you do not have these, whatever that last sword is, the Xantasuken. I'm sorry, you do have prized katanas, but you don't have the last one, because it's like a magic weapon. I think everything else, though, on the list is fair game. Yeah.
All right.
I think I'm going to go with the chainsaw and the shotgun.
All right.
Yeah, I got 2 K-bars and an M16A4.
All right, so listeners, the K-bar basically just looks like Crocodile Dundee's knife.
Knife.
It's annoying.
Is there a way to actually bayonet it?
I would say if you find something to attach them to, I'll tell you what.
So if I could use my military knowledge and tell you that the K-bars are made to bayonet to the M16?
This fucking guy, look at him showing up. Oh, I was in the Marines, I know everything. I'll tell you what. Why don't we try to do a dice roll here? So, who are you again? You're Kiki? Oh, you're Ben.
Ben.
Okay.
I'm the Kiki nerd.
Ben doesn't necessarily know that, so we'll tell you what. Ben, go ahead and give me I believe it's Tinker. Give me a Tinker roll. If you pass, you figure out a way to make your gun bayonet.
I know that from my old days of playing Airsoft.
I thought you were going to say Call of Duty, in which case I was going to say, get your coat.
I have played a grand total of about 20 minutes of Call of Duty.
Same.
What's it? Tinker?
I got, what is that called?
So Tinker is one of your skills. So again, just add up the total number of dice for your proficiency and your attributes. So listeners, the game uses a D6 system. You have your attributes and your proficiencies, which are basically your stats, like any other game, characteristics. And so in this case, you add up the total number for your brain score and your survival score, and that'll give Eric X number of dice. You roll that many D6s, you need at least 1 6 to pass. If you roll more 1s than 6s, that's bad.
Okay, so find where it falls on the chart.
Exactly.
So
Yep,
two brain, so 2 and 2.
Yep. And
For 4
remember,
dice?
if it's an underlying skill, that's a favored skill, so you get to roll an extra dice for that.
Okay, so then 4 dice.
Yep.
No.
Okay, so we've got 1-1, but no 6s. So you have a few choices here, Eric. You could force one or both of the 4s to become a success at a cost of stress, or you could just fail this. Now
I
remember,
think I
every
will
success
fail
you
it.
get will count towards your adrenaline track, which eventually will level up your skills. But in this case, you have no successes, so you will actually roll for trouble here. You're basically gonna have a critical failure.
Yeah, I don't know that I want to use up my stress before the game starts.
Yeah, okay. All right. So I will say I can either pick here, or I can have you roll. Roll me a d5, please.
5.
So, listeners, if you roll more 1s than 6s, you cause trouble, which is like a critical failure in this game. There's a couple things the game suggests, or the GM can choose here. Okay. All right, so Ben, you're looking around for something to strap this the K-bar to the gun. Either you can't get it to fit, or you can't find what you're using. Whatever you're trying to tape it together, or string it together, whatever. Whatever you're using to try to tie these two things together breaks. You drop the knife, and it actually ends up slicing the side of your foot, and it cuts open your shoe. You're gonna take a point of damage and lose 1 hit point. Actually, no, you're not gonna lose a hit point, but you are gonna have trouble walking on that.
Okay.
So you're able to bandage it up. It doesn't do any major wounds, but it's a pretty big slice. You got to get the bleeding under control for a minute, and it hurts like fuck.
Man, this is like playing Traveler. Have any of you guys ever played Traveler?
No.
In the Traveler role-playing game, your character can die during character creation.
Oh wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, before you even get started, they can die.
That sounds like my type of
That's
game.
whack.
Cool. That's awesome. Okay. All right. Has everybody picked equipment?
Yes.
Or unless you guys want to discuss anything before you guys head out.
Can I take a Molotov cocktail?
Ooh, you don't have any in camp right now.
Beans.
If you want to give me a tinker test, though, maybe you can scrounge up some stuff to make one.
Or maybe you can set yourself on fire.
I mean, yeah, or blow up the camp. Either way.
It's gone well so far.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna give it a shot. Sure.
I mean, if anyone's gonna die, this is a good time to do it while there's still replacement characters, right?
I got 1-6.
Okay.
That's no ones.
Success. You do indeed find what you need for this. So yes, you do have a Molotov.
Awesome. All right. I think if it's all right, Aaron was also gonna start with a tomahawk and an automatic shotgun.
Sweet. Okay. And then Preston and Aaron, what are you guys taking? I'm sorry, Kiki.
Kiki has a fire axe and a pistol.
Okay.
Shotgun, chainsaw.
And Ben, what are you taking? Eric, you there?
Yeah, so I'm taking the K bars and the M16.
Nice. Okay.
Two K bars and an M16.
All right. Well, you guys load up and then make your way out to the city. You guys have a couple usual spots. You park the van and go out on foot, start making your way towards where you need to go. Now, when you are making your way through the city, You guys are going through like this entertainment district. It's called Fun Zone. There's like a carnival set up here. There's a big Ferris wheel. There's a couple museums and things like that. Restaurants, movie theaters, that sort of stuff. As you are making your way down the street, you guys see the aquarium to the city. And it looks relatively untouched. You can see that the front doors appear to still be intact and closed and not damaged. As you guys are passing by, you can hear a gunshot from inside. What would you like to do?
Is it a single gunshot?
Single gunshot. Yep.
Ah, fuck. Well, if these shamblers have learned to shoot guns, then we're in deep water. But otherwise...
Is that a pun?
Maybe we
Because you're
should-
standing outside an aquarium?
Oh my god. Maybe somebody needs our help.
We're not the only ones in deep water, my friend. We should get in there. Make sure whoever that is okay. Best case scenario, we find some fresh fish.
You chuckleheads ready for a field trip?
Come on, are we really doing this? I'm gonna check the door.
Okay, so the door has, there's a big set of steps outside, kind of like the front of like one of the museums in downtown, right? So you go up this, there's like two massive flights of steps. There's a big statue of a whale outside, like a decorative statue. You come to these two massive doors. You try the door, and well, as you guys are getting there, first off, you do see there is the stain of red on the steps towards the top. Looks like it leads into the building.
Something happened here. Fresh blood.
If they're shooting inside, there's probably trouble already. There's no time to waste.
Please, all of you, give me a spot roll. Right? Spot? Yeah, I think it's spot.
Sure.
Ooh, I got one.
Ooh. No. I got a 1 and a 6. Is it cool if it's even?
Yeah, as long as you don't roll more ones than sixes. So yeah, just tell us how many successes you get, or if you roll trouble. And guys, remember to mark off every time you get a 6. That's a point of your adrenaline.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so listeners, just like in a regular Zombicide board game, you gain adrenaline, which can unlock more skills, and it's the same adrenaline track like on a Zombicide character sheet. It's broken into different color categories, but in the RPG, it's not just killing a zombie; it's any success you get. Obviously, killing a zombie helps too. There's also sometimes you'll have special things happen where you get a nice chunk of 5 adrenaline for big, exciting actions, but usually it's just 1 per success. So once they get up to 7 adrenaline, they will unlock their yellow level skill. Okay. For those of you who passed, you can hear the sounds of the undead moaning from beyond the doors. You can hear them. Sounds like they are banging on like a metal gate. You're guessing, some of you might have even been here and you've seen this, you're guessing it's probably like those security gates they have at like a mall where it pulls down from the ceiling kind of like a garage door, but it's like more of like a gate. It's muffled, but you can hear that beyond the 2 doors that lead to the main entrance.
Well, let's head in.
All right, and actually we're going to move to a new map here.
Ooh,
You guys actually see the map?
absolutely.
Okay, good. Okay, we didn't fuck that up this time. I'll put your guys' tokens here. And see, this is the main entrance, obviously 1, and it sounds like they are probably in the ticket office.
You know, I'm going to point out right now, I don't like the piranha room.
Who am I missing? Kiki. There we go. All right. Okay, how would you guys like to proceed?
Well, I'll try the door.
It seems like it'll open. It is not locked.
I will open the door, shotgun in hand, and gesture for the others to go ahead, because I'm polite.
Okay. You open the door, and as you do, the sounds of the undead inside become more audible. It's dark in here. There's obviously no lights or power on, just the light that you let in through the door. And as you push the door open for the others, Preston, you can see the beam of light kind of sweeps over the room, and what is at first just a dark, shadowy area reveals a group of undead who come shambling towards you guys. So, initiative in this game, there are no initiative rolls. It's either usually the survivors go first unless they've been basically ambushed or surprised. And what will happen is the zombies will start at a certain distance, and that's basically how many turns it's going to take them to get to you before they're in melee combat. And that'll dictate how many rounds of shooting you have with any ranged weapons before they're in melee. Unfortunately, Preston, they do kind of have the drop on you guys as you just casually open the door without any semblance of stealth. So they are going to start at range 1. They're going to be on you guys in 1 turn. There is a group of 4. Is it 4? I'm sorry, 5. Oh, wait, hold on. I think there's way more than that. Hold on, I have to check on the wording here in the rule book. Yeah, I think there's way more than 3 zombies.
Well, it's been great playing with you guys.
You guys can fight Johnson too, don't you? That doesn't explain the rules to me, game. All right, un momento. All right, here we go. Oh, it's 3 hordes of zombies, not 3 zombies. Oh.
Okay. Different.
A horde of zombies can be compared to a mass of undead flesh attacking in waves. The number of walkers in a horde depends on the number of survivors in the group. Okay. This translates to a horde. Okay, so this is a horde times 3, which means there are 3 walkers per survivor. Oh, yeah. All right. Yeah, we need way more than 3 zombies. We need fucking 12 zombies. Okay. Well, just like in The Walking Dead, you didn't really take the time to figure out what the fuck was going on, and there is a fucking ton of undead shambling in your direction. And they're going to be on you in 1 turn. So you have 1 round of shooting before they are in melee. So you guys can take your turn in any order that you wish. Obviously, you can only use weapons that are range 1, or at least range 1. If they're range 0, you can't use them. So you can't use melee weapons right now unless you want to actually run into combat, which I wouldn't suggest. And let's get some whoa, some very loud combat music. Okay. All right, so yes, you guys may decide who wants to go what, do what, and in what order. Now, you guys will have actions if you guys look at the game rules thing here in your journals. and then you've got combat. So, listeners and players, during a combat, you get 2 actions. You get a main action and a support action. And you can see on the list here, there's only about 6 or 7 under combat moves. There's only about 6 or 7 of them. It'll tell you whether it's a main or a support action. Making an attack is a main action. So yeah, you may do whatever you wish.
Got a quick question, which is regarding the Molotov cocktail, which has a specific thing that says,
Oh yes.
to throw it, roll stunt. It would deal damage to everybody at range 0, including survivors, unless it was thrown as an opening shot. What does that mean?
So opening shots are what you're doing right now. They're the shots at the beginning of the combat before the zombies are in melee.
Great. So I would
so
want
you can
to...
throw them into the next zone, and you would hit basically the entire area.
Okay, so that would be at range 1,
Correct.
presumably.
Yeah, range 0 would be right next to you in melee.
Okay. That also answers a different question that I had, which is, what is stunt? And
It's a skill.
I...
Or I'm sorry, it's an action.
It is a skill action. But looking at the grid, I was like, what does stunt mean? It's literally the worst possible stat for me. If somebody perhaps...
So you could spend an action to trade an item to another player. That is one of the actions that you can take. And you can give it to somebody else who might be a little bit better equipped if you want to huck the Molotov this round.
Oh, I've thrown out my arm. Go one of you boys.
I got it.
Okay, so we'll assume then Aaron goes first. Aaron is going to spend a action to trade, and then if you wanted, since you have 2 actions, Aaron, you could either shoot with your gun, or you could take the evade action, which, if they get in combat, you get a chance to dodge, basically, and make a defensive roll. Otherwise, the zombies basically just auto-hit.
Okay. I'm gonna take a shot at somebody.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna shoot.
So in this case, you're basically just shooting at the zone, or the group, because they're all in the same area. And then there's targeting priority. So just like in the board game, you basically hit the slower, bigger stuff first. So in this case, it's brutes or abominations. Again, listeners, brutes are the same thing as fatties. They use the name interchangeable in the RPG, but I'm assuming they want it to be a little bit more PC in 2023, so they went with brute rather than fatty. There are no brutes or abominations, though. These are all walkers, so, and they all have 1 health, so you'll hit a walker. And the more hits you get, the better.
Alright, so I got 5 points worth of shoot here, it looks like, so I'm gonna roll them.
Oh, gets
not great.
trouble with a double 1. Okay, what is the accuracy of your weapon? What are you using?
Well, what is this thing? It's the auto shotgun, accuracy 4+. So
Okay.
I can't dig
Now,
myself out of this hole.
Did you add the bonus dice from the weapon to your shoot?
Oh no, that was just my brains plus combat.
Yeah, so whatever the
I get 3 more here, it looks like. Whoop. Oh, that's a little better. No successes, but there's a 4 and a 5 in.
Okay, so if you wish, you can force any of those dice that are equal to or above whatever the accuracy rating of your gun is. So let's go there first. What's the accuracy of your gun?
4+.
So any 4+ you can force, which means you'll turn that particular dice into a 6 at the cost of gaining a point of stress.
Okay. I do have a lot of stress.
And each success in this case, because these zombies have 1 health, each success will kill a zombie.
Alright. The damage too for the shoddy doesn't spill over into people.
No, no. Each zombie has 1 wound. So if you were fighting larger zombies that had 2 wounds each, then you could kill them in a single shot.
Okay. I don't know. Two is still a lot to undo this bad roll. I think I might just have to eat the bad times.
Okay.
See what happens.
All right. And did your skill, your talent, did that have any effect here?
So my talent is Lifesaver, which is once per turn I can elect another survivor to gain a free disengage action. But I guess would be whoever's close up front. Let's say
That's really good.
Kiki? Near in front of me in
Mm-hmm.
the vague grid. So I can pull you out of a crowd of walkers, I guess.
Sweet.
Excellent.
Yeah, that's really good. Yeah, so if you have disengaged and the zombies are attacking the group, anyone who's disengaged cannot take any damage from the zombies. They're basically they've retreated, they've pulled out. So, okay. Well, that was Aaron. Who wants to go next?
Throw
Keith,
the Molotov.
oh, go for it.
Everyone in our group is so polite. Nobody ever wants to step on anybody's toes.
I'm not going in front of a Molotov.
Fuck that.
Okay, so on my chart it's stunt, and it's underlined, so I get +1.
Correct. And any bonuses from the Molotov, if there are any.
Oh, I gotta look at that.
I don't think there are. No, it's because it's like a special weapon. So, yep, just roll stunt.
Okay, so
Don't fuck it up.
that's 6 dice.
Ooh, look at that.
Good.
Okay.
Oh.
So again, that's going to be 2 points of adrenaline because you got 2 successes. So you chuck the Molotov into this dark ticket office area, and it lands with a crash. Flames just sweep across the floor and ignite and basically end up burning every single one of these tightly packed zombies. And unlike in most zombie media where flaming zombies are a bad thing, in Zombicide, flaming zombies are a dead thing. So it may take a couple moments, but eventually every single zombie in the group is dead.
There you go.
Well done. The moans of the undead eventually cease, and just leaves a small crackling of flames and a horrible, horrible stench in the air.
Good thinking grabbing that Molotov.
Yeah, great toss. Too bad we don't have more. We might need to tread softly, as they say.
Be more careful through the next door.
All right.
Après-vous.
Ooh.
Eh?
Go ahead.
So, ahead of you is this big metal gate that lowers like a garage door that the zombies were banging at, and it looks to you like it is locked.
Well, it's a good thing I brought my key with me.
If you want to attempt a security roll to see if you can pick the lock or otherwise figure out a way to get this open, you may do so.
I have the break-in
Oh,
skill.
I brought my universal key.
Oh. What does the break-in skill do?
You open standard locked doors and windows automatically without using any gear or making noise.
This is not a standard door. This is
Okay.
a security gate. If it was just like a door to like a room, that's what that does. But this particular door, yeah, this is a little more heavy duty.
Ah, okay. It does say you cannot use this ability to open security doors.
There you go. Yeah, because in the board game, opening doors is like a mechanic, and
Mhm.
if you break them down, you generate noise. And basically, in the board game, whoever generates the most noise is who the zombies move towards, if they don't have line of sight to you. So, they'll hear you no matter where you are, no matter what you're doing, and they'll slowly converge on your space. But if one character is intentionally making noise or firing off a gun, you can potentially draw the zombies away and split them up. So, it kind of works that way here too. But anyway, okay. So someone needs to give me a security roll, please. If you want to try to pick the lock, basically.
Multiple people want to try that?
I'm sorry?
Can multiple people try that, or are we just electing someone?
So just like in Alien, you can make one attempt, and it's assumed you're doing everything you can to make that work. If you fail, you have to figure out a different way to do it. However, other players can assist, and they give you a +1 die bonus.
So I also have that as an underlined skill and pretty good.
There you go.
Can we tell each other how many dice?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, so I have 7 dice.
I mean, yeah.
That's a big one.
That's gonna be you.
Okay, so I'm gonna give that a shot.
Okay, now recall, since you are rolling more than 6 dice, you have 1 mastery die. If the mastery die rolls a 1, you can automatically reroll it for free. However, you rolled a 5 on your mastery die. So currently you have 1 and no 6s, so you are in danger of rolling trouble here unless you want to force any of those 4 pluses.
Yeah, I'll force one of them.
Okay, so that does count as a success. You gain a point of adrenaline. However, that does count as a point of stress as well. So that's 1 towards your maximum. And it takes you a few minutes, but eventually, you're more used to like hacking into computers and electronics, but you do know a thing or two about picking locks. You do get the gate open, and eventually, you guys all hear it as it begins to slide up into the ceiling.
Open sesame.
So in this area, beyond, there are the ticket booths. There's 2 of them to go in, and then there's like another 2 rows to leave. So it's kind of split with a barrier down the middle with the way it's set up. Obviously, there's no one here stopping you from using any of the lanes, but there are like 2 ticket booths, kind of like a toll booth where a teller would sit in there, or like at Six Flags, they have their own little booth here, and they sit in there and they sell you your ticket, and then you can walk through beyond, and then there's a few other things here as well. There's a basically like what the fuck do you call it? Like brochures and like maps of the facility. Talking about the different exhibits. There probably were TVs in here that no longer work. Monitor screens showing off videos about the aquarium or what the latest attraction is. Things like that. There's probably the souvenir shop, would be up here as well. So what would you guys like to do?
I guess I'll go through first.
Okay. All right. Well, you make your way forward. Again, there are no lights in here. Did anybody take any sort of flashlights or matches or anything before you guys left?
My rifle has night vision.
Oh, okay. All right. Anybody else?
Fancy.
Okay. Well, I guess you're the eyes of this operation then, Ben. So you bring up the rifle and you're kind of sweeping it across. A little awkward to use indoors, but you can tell that up ahead is it's a circular room, and it looks like in the center of the room there is a large cylinder-shaped aquarium tank. The tank itself looks like it is just filled with stagnant, dirty water. You can't see anything really swimming around in it. It's too thick to see through. Basically, it's clouded and dark.
But it is still full. It hasn't,
Yes.
it's leaking or anything.
No, it looks still intact. Yeah, so we'll say you're probably right here, making your way into the room, and you can tell that there's a path. There's two paths that lead out of this room further into the aquarium.
I notice if there's any like aquarium maps on the walls.
Give me is it search?
Spot.
Um.
Evaluate.
Scavenge. That's what it is.
Okay.
Spot is like to physically like to like a perception test, whereas scavenge is like your search roll basically. Okay, what you got?
1611.
Okay, another success, another point of adrenaline. You do find a map of the place. Looks like it's the only one left, and it's a little trodden on, but it is complete. So basically, you have the map that you see here on screen.
All right, which direction you guys want to go? I guess the audio room. Would there be anywhere that I would think that would be like lights or like a control room?
Let me see.
Is there still power at all,
Like
or is that
like
all
a security
completely gone?
room?
I'm checking right now. Just a moment. Yeah, it looks like the audio room is probably your best bet. There's like headphone setups in there, where you can like listen to like different like narrators talk about different exhibits or different things they have on display in that room. But there's also, as far as you can tell, it looks like there might be like a security room there, or like a maintenance shed, something like that.
If we head down past the shark tank, it's probably our quickest route towards
Also, it is
Road
worth
lights.
noting that this is a 2-story building. These steps here and these steps here go down to the lower floor, and then these steps by the fire escape go up to the roof.
Okay.
And as far as you can tell, like the shark tank and the penguin exhibit, they go through both floors of the building.
So if we follow to the right, we can go past the shark tank through the jellyfish and hit the audio room, which may or may not have some lights. Or we can head straight and go upstairs or downstairs and see what we can find down there.
I think
Well, the gunshots came from inside, so I think we need to stay inside.
So probably not the roof. So downstairs or stay here.
I like the idea of going to the audio room because that will get us to the cafeteria as well, and there might be some supplies there.
I agree on that part, but vis-a-vis the route, perhaps it would be better to go sort of through Coral and the Penguin Hall rather than the violent predators and the stinging monsters room.
The
Yeah.
coral room.
Coral.
Coral, yeah.
Is that a Walking Dead reference?
It sure
bet.
is.
Well, we could potentially see if anything's on the stairs. See if anything's going to come from the below. We could go past the stairs first. I'll say aye.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so which way are you heading?
Or the penguin hall, straight ahead. Go past the stairs to penguin.
Okay, so you're going through the coral room?
Yes.
All right. Okay, so in the coral room, if you guys all want to move in there, so obviously it is a room with various displays of different corals, coral reefs, and such. You can tell there are lights that would normally be lighting up some of the displays. A few of them are flickering, but most of them seem unpowered and casting all sorts of very weird shadows here and there. You can see that there is the ramp here, these like steps that lead down to the lower level, and then there's a staircase. There's a door here and an actual like staircase that leads up to the roof. Across now, this is like open where you guys are standing because this is a lower level right here. So you can see across in the darkness, Ben, with your rifle. You can see the two tanks that are part of the penguin exhibit, and this path over here goes around, and that leads to this walkway in between the penguin tanks.
Okay, but all seems clear. I don't notice any movements.
No, you do not.
Okay. So far, so good. Keep moving.
All right, are you going to the penguin hall next?
Yep.
Okay. So as you guys make your way through here, there's these two giant displays on either side. The tank is split in two, and there's a walkway where you guys can walk between it, and you're looking down into the penguin tank, basically. So the tank itself doesn't come up past the floor. It's kind of like you're looking down into the tank, which takes up this whole section here. Looks like these were emperor penguins, according to the display. But when you look down, give me a spot, Ben, since you're the only one with any sort of light in the dark. Okay. So, Ben, you do spot a couple rotting corpses of emperor penguins, carcasses that look like they have been gnawed and chewed on, some of them floating in murky water in the lower half of the tank. There's only water towards the bottom, because it's set to look like, the Antarctic. So there's a bunch of like, rocky areas for the penguins to like run around and slide on and stuff like that. But it looks like all the penguins are deceased.
Like they're, something got to the penguins. But they're not moving.
Well, then let's keep moving.
All right. Push ahead.
Hey, please roll me a d6. Okay.
3.
Which way are you guys going? To the audio room?
Yes.
Or the okay. So, Ben, as you get to here, there is a set of like double doors, like the big doors you'd see like in a school hall, with like the big long handle that you press, like those big metal doors. That's what you see, and that leads that's what leads into this room.
And I try and listen through the door.
Yeah, give me a maybe this is Scout. Let me check here really quick. Yeah, do Spot.
Okay.
Ooh, that's
Ooh,
gonna
that was not
cause
good.
some trouble. Okay. All right, you do have a success. You do get a point of adrenaline, but that is going to cause some trouble. All right, roll me another d5, please.
You have a 4 there, right? You could plausibly push it.
He could.
I'll take the 4
Force
for
it?
now.
That's what they call it.
Okay. So Ben, as you're walking across this walkway between the penguin tank, one of the grates that makes up the walkway gives way. It's perhaps been rusted or obviously unattended for some time. Your foot goes through and makes a huge noise that echoes through the hall. Please give me a stunt roll to try to catch yourself.
Fast.
All right.
1-6.
Stunting.
Okay, so you do manage to throw your arms out to your sides. You end up dropping your rifle. It just clatters on the floor in front of you. Or maybe you've got the strap over your shoulder, so you're no longer holding it. But you get your hands off to both sides, so that basically your leg goes through, and you're able to keep yourself from falling all the way through completely. And then, with your own strength and help from your friends, you get back up onto the balcony. However, the noise echoes through the halls, and the double doors in front of you come smashing open, and a horde of undead comes pouring out. And it looks like this horde was a group of tourists of some sort. You see that they are wearing all sorts of Hawaiian shirts and very gaudy. They all look like they're probably some sort of Asian descent, but they're clearly dressed as tourists here in the States. And there are... Ooh, this is not just walkers, folks. Got a little bit of else going on here. All right, we got some brutes as well. All right, so another massive horde of undead comes pouring out. There are 12 walkers, and there are 2 brutes, which are larger zombies. So brutes have a health of 2, but you hit them first in ranged combat. You guys will have 1 round of shooting to get to them. Unfortunately, all the noise is what makes them come pouring out the door. So we will start up combat there, and you guys are up.
I guess I'm gonna pull my rifle up and shoot.
Okay. Go for it. Remember to add your bonus dice for any
Yeah.
for your weapon.
Looking. Hit.
Just 1? Okay.
If you roll multiples, does it do more?
Well, every hit will kill us. Well, what's the damage of your weapon? Let's start there.
Oh, damage 1.
Okay. Does it have any other special rules? Because right now when you shoot, the shots are all allocated to the brutes first because they are bigger creatures. So
Yeah, just noisy and night vision.
okay. So
And it's
that
a
will
3+.
not yeah, your gun will not do anything against these right now. Does it have the sniper rule or anything like that?
No,
Okay.
but I could push
Oh.
to make an extra 6.
Well, it still doesn't matter because your shots have to go against the brutes because that's the targeting
What?
priority. However, you could use your other action to aim. This will be retroactive, so you should do this before. But if you aim, then you don't have to go by targeting priority, and you can pick out whatever targets you'd like, in which case you could dish them out on the regular zombies instead of the brutes.
Oh, I see.
What range are they at?
They're at range 1.
So
If I go before you, I may be able to take down one of the brutes to try to open up for you to knock out a bunch of the little guys.
Yeah, this is where the nuance of the game comes in, is your turn order and who attacks with which weapons because of how the
okay.
targeting priority works. So if you guys want to discuss, by all means.
Yeah, does
My
somebody have?
shotgun can deal 2 damage. Is that enough to hurt a brute?
Yes. Yeah, if it does
Yeah.
2 damage, you just need 1 hit and that'll kill a brute.
Okay, who has ranged weapons that do that? Just
I
you?
also have a shotgun. I could do the same. 2 damage potentially.
Okay. You guys want to go first?
That sounds good to me.
All right. Well, one of you can go first then. So make your roll.
All right, so that's going to be my shoot plus the 2 dice from the shotgun.
Correct.
So 5 dice. Here we go. Got
Right.
one.
Okay. So 1 brute is down. That's 1 point of adrenaline for you. And then whoever's next.
Adam, do you have anything else you wanted to do with your?
Oh, that's
Did
true.
you
You have
react to
your
it?
other action. Yeah.
I can't shoot a second time, can I?
No, because shooting is a main action.
Main action. Okay. Sorry, let me pull up the reference document here. What can I do for a minor? Or a support, pardon.
Evade would probably be the best thing because if they get into melee, then you can attempt to dodge or block.
But yeah, I suppose that'll be the plan then.
Okay. All right. Aaron. Sounds like you're gonna go next.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull out a shotgun and hit one of these guys with it. Hopefully.
Wham! Ooh.
All right, we got 2 6s and 2 1s, which is even, which is
Okay.
good.
So the first shot has to go against the brute, and you do have a damage 2 weapon, so that kills him, right? That's damage 2, the gun you have.
Yep.
And then you have another success, so you can take out one of the walkers as well.
Sounds great.
All right, and that counts as 2 points of adrenaline for you.
Awesome. Love that.
All right.
And I guess for my support action, I'll evade. And
Okay.
I also have the lifesaver skill, so I can give a free disengage to, I don't know, let's say, wait, who hasn't gone yet? Kiki. He can disengage if you want.
Oh, okay.
Alrighty. So Kiki.
Mhm.
So Eric, now that you've seen that, we'll assume you keep your shot. But do you want to force, or do you want to use your minor action for anything else?
Looking at my minor actions. Yeah, I'll just bump 1 up to take out 2.
Okay. 2 more walkers are dead, leaving 9 remaining. Okay, Kiki, you may act, and then basically you have a free disengage, which means when the zombies get into melee, you can make a stunt roll, and you need to get enough successes to equal or beat the highest speed of the zombies, which in the case of walkers is 2. And if you get that, you get to pull yourself out of melee combat, and you won't take any damage.
Okay.
So, what do you want to do?
Well, let's shoot first.
Okay.
So that'll be 2, 3 plus the 1. So 6 all day.
Oh, triple 1s. Ew. What's the accuracy of your weapon?
It is +3.
Okay, so you could, in theory, you can force any of your other dice, because all of them are 3 or higher. But that will give you potentially 3 points of stress. You can only, you could just do 1 if you just wanted to kill 1 zombie. Or if you want to avoid the trouble roll, you could do all 3. Otherwise, you're going to have more 1s than successes here.
Yeah, let's retry them all, right?
Up to you.
So that's 3. Just re-roll 3.
You don't re-roll them; they automatically become 6s.
Oh, okay.
But you gain 3 points of stress. So you gain a
okay.
point of stress for every dice you force into a success.
Okay.
But in this case, each success will kill a zombie, and if you do all 3, you'll have an equal number of successes and 1s, so you won't get trouble.
Okay.
Is that what you want to do?
Yeah, we'll do the. I'll take 3 stress then.
Okay. All right, so 3 more zombies go down. You get 3 points of adrenaline. So you got 3 successes. And that leaves us with 6 zombies. No trouble. And then the zombies move in to attack. So, this is super, super simple, and it's super brutal, just like in the board game. There's no rolls that the zombies make. They just attack and do damage. In this case, walkers each do 1 point of damage. So right now you guys have a total of 6 damage coming at the group. This can be divided amongst you guys however you see fit. Kiki should probably do her evade roll first, though. Or, I'm sorry, Aaron, or Kiki, whoever did invade. Every success you get on evade will negate a point of damage.
Yeah, I gave Kiki a disengage potentially, but I did do evade.
Okay.
So roll cool. What's that look like? That's this
make
many.
sure. Oh, I'm sorry. You guys split their attacks however you wish. And at this point, Kiki should decide if she's going to try to disengage or not. If she disengages, she cannot be assigned any hits, which means she can't take damage, but then it's 6 hits coming between the 3 of you rather than the 4 of you.
Yeah.
You guys choose how the attacks get distributed, though. And basically, each of these is doing 1 point of damage. So whatever's not evaded is how much damage each zombie is going to do. So for example, let's just say there were 4 walkers. If you split each walker to each attack 1 person, assuming Erin fails her dodge roll, everybody's going to take 1 point of damage. Because you guys don't have any armor, you know what else is evading. If Erin decides to, let's say, take on 3 of these guys and she rolls 2 successes, she blocks 2 of them and only takes 1 point of damage.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I only have 2 health, or I have 3 health, so I
Ooh,
would probably work with 2,
Okay.
because I could evade, like, plausibly 2 is like a realistic roll if I get a 6 and maybe push 1.
Mhm.
Yeah, so again, this kind of goes into that whole teamwork, idea of you guys get to decide how you are dealing with the zombies because you're badasses, but you're still being overrun at this point. So
But there's a
I
dodge.
got a couple of quick questions here.
only if you took the evade action that lets you dodge.
Oh.
Otherwise, you guys are just taking 6 points of damage right now.
Okay.
So
my
yes.
my blue skill, that's automatically active.
Yes.
Okay, so I've got some extra hit points, and I did do the evade action. What do I roll
Okay.
for that?
So evade is a cool roll. So but you guys need to split up the zombies before you roll any dice here. So you need to decide if Kiki's bailing on the fight because she has the disengage, and then you guys got to decide how you're splitting up the 6 zombies. Obviously, the people who took evades should probably take more zombies because they have a chance to dodge them.
Yeah, that's my question here. So if I succeed on the evade roll, what does that do for me?
Every success will block a point of damage that's been assigned to you.
Okay, and each of these, let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10,
There's 6.
12, 6. Okay, pardon me.
These guys are all
Each of
dead.
these 6. Okay, I'll take 4.
Okay.
Where's the line? I was gonna take 2. I think that's.
Well, you can do
so
it that
I
way.
also
And then...
evaded.
Okay. All right. So make your cool rolls.
Here we
please.
go.
Oh, you do have a lot of cool dice. Wow. What a pro.
Nice.
Man, you should have taken another one.
Oh, it would have been 5. I evade all
Oh.
4.
Okay.
Okay, so
I didn't
Preston.
get any.
All right, one thing at a time.
Okay.
So Preston, even though there's only 4 zombies, you still rolled 5 successes, which means you still get 5 points of adrenaline. Because it's the successes
Oh,
you roll, it's
yes!
not the
So
damage
good.
figures. So Preston fucking Broly right now, fighting almost all the zombies by himself. Aaron unfortunately does not block any. Do you want to force the 5 into a...
Yes, I do. I will
Okay.
absolutely do that.
All right, so you force, gain a point of stress. You block 1, which means 1 zombie remains. You take 1 point of damage.
Sounds good.
So that is basically the round of combat, and now it is your guys' turn again. So you guys have a chance now to fight. Now you're in combat at this point, so you can only use weapons that are range 0 or melee weapons, unless you break out of combat, in which case you can shoot. But if you shoot, you'll hit your teammates first. Shots are always put against survivors before zombies in melee.
Oof. So I want to put this out there real quick. I just unlocked my second tier, my second skill, which is Taunt.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so I automatically get an extra thing to make noise every turn. So if another survivor attempts a disengage action, they'll automatically succeed.
Oh wow, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
So I did unlock my as well, so I have combat reflexes. So in every first combat round, I get an extra attack at range 0.
Nice.
Oh, that'll be helpful. Okay. All right. Well, at this point, it's melee combat, so slice and dice.
It's chainsaw time, baby.
All right, rev it up.
Oh yeah, baby. So all right, I got 5 for the chainsaw.
And then it's gonna
I
be
got-
fight. Is that fight? That's the melee combat.
All right, 2 for combat, 2 for muscle. Let's go. That's 9 dice, baby. And very few. In
Ew.
fact, no successes. All right, so let's go ahead and I got accuracy 5+ on this thing, so I can get 3. Let's do it. I'm gonna go all the way. I'm gonna go 3. I'm gonna
Okay.
push, or what is it called in this system?
Force.
I'm gonna force to get 3 hits.
Okay. Now, you don't, unfortunately, none of your mastery dice came up as a 1, so no free rerolls. But that'll be 3 points of stress. That'll be 3 hits, and that'll be 3 dead walkers.
Boom!
So
I
half of
also-
them. And 3 points of adrenaline.
Yeah, dude, I am cruising through this adrenaline.
So my
So I
K-bar,
also count as making noise. So if anybody wants to get out of there, they can.
Yeah, so if anybody
And
tells
I
the
will use-
disengage action, it'll be automatically successful, but I don't
Yes.
think you guys will need that.
my
And I'll use
K-bars,
my other action to evade.
Okay. What do you got, Eric?
sorry. So my K-bars are dice 4,
Mhm.
and they're dual, so I
Yep.
get an offhand. So is that 8 dice?
Yes.
Okay. And then my fight is 7.
Okay, it maxes out at 12, so
Oh,
enjoy.
come on.
Wow.
I told you, you guys are badasses. You know, you've killed a few zombies in your day. Holy shit.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Well, there's only 3 zombies
Hand
left.
dice.
So you kill all 3, and more importantly, you get 5 points of adrenaline.
Wow.
The blender.
Yeah. Yeah, when you get up to your red skills, it's like bring on the hordes. Okay.
Okay, so this is pretty cool. This is completely different than like the mindset I had going into this. I was ready to be like, okay, zombies are terrifying. If they bite you, you'll die. But like, fucking let the bodies hit the floor.
Pretty much. All right. Okay. Well, I think that's a good place to take our break now that our players are understanding the potential of their characters here as Ben goes Crocodile Dundee and Preston goes Texas Chainsaw and all these guys. So let's take our break here as you are covered in blood and zombie gore, and the Penguin Hall is now a fine red mist. and we'll see what happens in the second half here. Get some Dr. Pepper. We'll be right back.
Oh, good.
Alrighty, BRB.
BRB.
I am going to not grab a third beer.
All right, listeners, we are back. I've refilled. Well, I shouldn't say refilled. I've gotten a Dr. Pepper, and I believe our players now have a bit better of an idea of what they're capable of in this game. So, also, we were talking about Dead Rising and how awesome that game is. And yeah. So, are you putting text in the fucking like side chat again, Matt?
It's
That I can-
more of an image, but
that
yes.
I can never find. I don't know how to access this. Why do you do this to me?
You mouse over the voice chat bar, and then there's a little text.
Oh, I'm
bubble.
sorry. I'm clicking on the chat bar. There we go. Enough of the ranting. Back to the game. Sorry, folks. Sometimes it just happens. We're just talking about how we're all grumpy old men at this point, even though we're.
Oh
we're
my
not
god, I
that
want to
old,
rant
but-
more.
Okay, so back to game. Setting the scene. You're in a dark, now very quiet and now very blood-covered penguin hall. There are the mutilated corpses of many zombies, basically leading from here into the audio room where the doors are now slightly swinging open. And other than Aaron taking a point of damage, everybody is okay. What would you like to do?
Have we heard any more signs of the living?
No, not yet.
Oof, I don't like that.
I think we should continue to the audio room and then to the cafeteria.
I feel like is it possible to like rig up? Well, let's look in the audio room first before I pitch a lunatic sort of idea.
Okay. You proceed to the audio room, and basically there's several long, like, displays where there are headsets that are set up, kind of like if you're going through like old Best Buy displays or like the Apple Store. You know, there's headphones that you can try out, but all of them are the same, and they all have a selection of things you can listen to. Or some of them, it's to there's a screen that you watch and you put the headphones on, so just you yourself can listen to whatever the exhibit is without other people disturbing you. Also, in the audio room, there is a staircase that goes down to the lower level. It also goes up to the roof, so it actually does go up and down, that particular staircase. And then there is a separate, like, room in here that appears to be like a security office. And that's in this room. It's like a separate room inside the room.
Okay, I'm gonna check the security room, see if there's any like breaker boxes or computer systems we can use to
You're to try
access
to
anything.
sneakily open the door if possible.
Okay, the door is locked to the security office.
That makes sense.
Is it a security door?
It is.
Alright, I'll try and give me the lock again.
Okay, go for
That
it.
one was that a security check?
Yes. What do you got?
Ah, damn.
Ew.
1-1.
Nothing.
Alright, I'll use a stress.
Okay. You got a point of stress. You get a success. You get a point of adrenaline. You do pass the test. Then you are able to get the lock open. And inside there is a small security room with rows of monitors, none of which are on. There's like 3 seats in here for staff to sit at. You see at one of the stations is the dead body of a security guard. Very clear with his uniform. Looks like his throat was torn out. There's blood everywhere. And there is also a maintenance area in the back of the security room. It looks like there's like a generator and some of the like the water pumps and things like that for some of the larger tanks here.
Now, does this dead guy have like a flashlight I could steal?
He does. I won't even make you search for that because that is something he does actually have. You don't even have to search.
Yes.
In our experience, does this dead mean actually dead, or we need to worry about him later?
He looks pretty dead. Like there's a heavy amount of decay on this guy. It doesn't look he reanimated. He's just too torn up.
I'm gonna try and power on the system computers.
Okay, I will need a tinker roll, please. Nothing.
Ah, damn.
Unless you want force.
What happens if we use up all our stress? Can we just not use it anymore? Or?
I believe you just can't use it anymore, but let me double check that. I'm pretty sure it's just that's your max. There's no negatives for getting to the top. Yeah, you can't gain any more stress. That's it. So it's just like the limit of your meta currency, basically.
Okay, I'll use one more stress.
Okay, another point of adrenaline then, and you start messing around with the generators, and eventually you are able to get the power back on. You guys, it takes a while, and eventually you hear the hum as the boom, everything starts to power up. A couple lights start to flicker on. You hear some music starting to play in the audio room, and lights begin to flicker on one at a time. It takes you a couple minutes, Ben. You've actually got to go to the computer terminals and actually start to manually turn everything back on because it's all been shut down. You notice everything was offline. All the cameras, the lights, the music, and even the water pumps for some of all the tanks were off as well. And you hear those begin to power up as well. Everybody, please give me a spot roll.
Ooh, spot. What can Kiki do here?
Spotty spot spot. Look at all those dice. Oh man, I love those glass shattering effects. Those are so cool.
Yeah,
Oof, personally, I'm not a fan. I got a 1 and no successes.
Oh man.
Yeah, I did not pass it either. I got 2 ones.
Success.
Okay, so 3 of you cause trouble and Kiki passes. Okay, so Kiki, you do hear some noise coming from the cafeteria. There's just a staircase that leads down. It's probably big enough for maybe 4 people to walk at a time. It's a fairly large staircase, but it's open. There's no door. It's just an open doorway. You hear something get knocked over, like a box gets moved or something like that. You don't see anything, but you do hear it. For everybody else, please, each of you who failed, because you all rolled trouble, roll me a d5.
Uh-oh.
We
I got a 4.
Okay.
Good one.
All right. So Ben, as you are messing around on the computer terminals, some sort of security thing activates on the system, and you start trying to mess with that, and you end up losing the power to the lower level. It basically, the system locks you out. You're unable to hack it in time. You're able to keep the upper floor operational, but the lower floor, all the cameras and lights go out. It's very clear to anybody watching that you try to do something and you fail at that. Who else rolled a 1?
Aaron.
Okay, and then who rolled the 4?
I got a 4. Preston.
Okay. So, hold on, my cats are being bad. Okay. All right. So, Aaron, you go to check out one of these headphone things to see what's playing, and you it's so loud when you put it on, there's no sound, and then the sound kicks up and it's like at full blast, and it like basically kind of startles you. And as you kind of like try to jerk this headset off your head, you accidentally unplug it, and to your horror, the sound is now blaring throughout the whole audio room, and it is loud as shit.
Oh fuck! How do you turn this thing off?
And then Preston, this startles you as well. It startles everybody, but Preston, it startles you so much that you, when you go to like maybe knock this thing out of her hand or try to plug it back in, you end up slicing your hand on a shard of like broken glass on one of these countertops, and your hand is bleeding right now, and you can only use a one-handed weapon until you patch it up. And unfortunately, with all the noise and 3 of you causing trouble, you hear the moans and groans of undead coming your way. And let's see what is going to show up here. Eric, you passed that test, right? Roll me a D... Or whoever passed that test, roll me a D6. Was it Kiki?
Yes, that was Kiki. D6.
Right. Kiki, roll me a D6 to see what happens here.
That's a 4.
Okay. From down the hall towards the jellyfish room, you guys can hear like growling and like kind of like think like the zombies from 28 Days Later. You can hear like that like running, screaming, and you can see that there are several shapes sprinting in your direction, and it is a group of runners which are fast as fuck zombies. There are 4 of them, right? Let me see here. Oh no, sorry, there's 8 of them. And it looks like most of them are dressed as staff of the place, staff and janitors and things of that nature. And they are basically right on top of you guys before anything can happen. They have a speed of 3, which unfortunately means they are in combat before you guys can really even react. So we're going to jump
sweet chainsaw
right into combat. And let me make sure they don't... I think you guys get the first attack here. Just double check how this works with runners. Yep, you guys get a turn here. But they basically are in combat right away. So unless you have a range 0 gun, it's all melee, baby.
Okay, and then with my combat reflexes, I get to make my attack twice.
Yeah, is that how it works? Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
What's your ability? Combat reflexes, you said?
Yes.
Many dice.
Ooh, extra attack at range 0. That's awesome. Okay.
Okay, so the first attack is 3.
Okay, now, you've
what
got
damage
2.
are they?
You've got these guys are health 1, I believe. I think
Okay.
runners they're just super fast. That's their thing. That's their shtick. Let me just double check though. That's the wrong. Yeah, they're health 1. Now you do have 1s on your mastery dice, so you can re-roll those automatically for free. The 2 1s.
No.
Okay, so you've got 3 successes, so that will kill 3 of them.
And then 1 more. Second attack.
Oh man, Ben is shredding. Oh, you can reroll that 1 for your mastery die.
Just 1 more.
All right. Okay, you killed 4. Ben busts out the double knives, the K-bars, and goes to town. So remember, 4. That's a 4 adrenaline points there. There are 4 left.
Oh man, I would love to chainsaw some zombies.
Let her rip.
All right. So that's 4 for my character, and then an extra 5 for the chainsaw itself.
Ooh.
It's not that good. That's not that good. That's one.
One more.
1 out of 9. Now I can turn 1, 2, 3 more of those, which will be the whole pack, into successes if I push.
Do you have enough stress up to do that?
Let's go. Yeah, I'll go to yeah. It puts me at 6 stress out of 8.
Okay. All right. Well, not to be outdone, Preston revs up the chainsaw and cleaves through the other half of the runners, sending limbs. Oh wait, remember your hand is fucked up. You can only use a one-handed weapon right now.
That's not me. That was somebody else.
You're Preston, right?
I'm Preston. Yeah, but I never did anything that fucked up my hand.
And remember you rolled trouble, and when you tried to knock the thing out of her hand, you cut your hand on the glass.
No, that
Well,
wasn't
you
me.
got the 4. I think that's what that was.
Who had the 4?
I had a 4.
On the,
Was that
yeah,
me?
that
I fucked up my hand?
that was you. That was you that fucked up your hand.
Oh, my mistake. So, check this out. Is there a
Go
way
back,
for me to
go
fuck
back.
up my hand enough to mount the chainsaw on the stump? Because I'm playing Ash. I'm playing Ash Williams. The dude works at S-Mart. He's got the chainsaw and the shotgun.
I know who Ash Williams is. Come on, give me a little credit here. Fucking Army of Darkness, greatest movie ever. I would say you'd have to spend a turn. I mean, you're in combat right now. It would probably take a turn to try to rig something like that up. So you could do it, but that would be your action this turn.
Sure.
Well, you can attempt it, I should say. It'll require a tinker roll.
Hey, I'm great at that. Let's go. So that's 3, 4, so 5, 6 dice. Let's go.
That's fair. Go ahead.
Here we go. That's one of my specialities. Here we go. Come on,
These
something.
zombies are still alive.
Get the fuck
Okay.
out of here.
right.
All right. So.
Well, you
Yeah,
haven't
nothing.
spent that three stress yet though from the attack roll. So if you want, you could boost one of those.
Yeah, let's spend an extra stress to make that all work out. Puts me at
Okay.
7. 7 out of 8.
So
That's not bad.
you grab some scrap you find lying around, and basically you rig this thing up where it's like wrapped around your arm, so you can have it on the fucked up hand and still use it. So
Perfect.
okay, all right.
Were you at 4 out of 8 stress? Because you didn't
No, 7.
get the
7 out
3
of 8.
from earlier.
Yeah, and then the 3 is that the full turn instead?
That's a full turn to do that, so you will not make
Oh,
any. You will not
my
make an attack
mistake.
this turn.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
So
understand
you-
now.
So take back the 3 stress and 3 adrenaline for
Gotcha.
the attack. Okay, Kiki and Aaron, what do you guys want to do?
Yeah, Kiki, what's your thing? Do you need to be at range 1? Because I can pass the free evade if so.
No, I think Kiki's good at close range, so she'll probably start swinging the fire axe.
All right, make it happen.
All right, so let's see. That's
Never had your bonus dice.
Yeah.
We've got 4 of these guys left.
Yeah, these 4 over here are still alive.
So melee would be fight, correct?
You got it.
Okay, 2. Okay. Alrighty, let's see if this works out.
Oh, I see 2.
Alright.
All right, 2 runners are down, 2 adrenaline points, and there are 2 remaining for Aaron to deal with.
Okay. And nobody's evaded yet so far,
No,
right?
No.
Okay.
these guys do 1 damage each, so they're not
Okay.
super dangerous.
I'm gonna. Can I aim and then shoot at them? The shotgun is 0 to 1.
Yes, you can.
Okay.
Which is a good idea, because if you didn't aim, you would hit your team because you're shooting in the same range bracket, basically. So you definitely want to aim.
Alright. Here we go. Not very good.
We got 1, but you do have a little bit of trouble. However, You do ignore friendly fire with trouble when you aim. So there's only one left, but it is going to get through.
The gun is accuracy 4+, so I could change one of my 4s to a 6.
Yeah, if you want to. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna spend a stress to round it out.
All right.
The last 2.
Sweating bullets as the one zombie just is dodging all your shots and leaping over the displays. You kill it as it dives at you mid-air and comes screeching to a halt at the floor. And well done, heroes, survivors, still surviving.
And that brings me up to 7 successes. Which gives me Steady Hand, which is gain an extra action to draw / trade / pick up / reload a weapon with reload.
Oh, okay. Nice stuff. Very good.
Yeah, I got hit and run.
Is everybody on their level 2 skill at this point?
Yes, sir.
I'm 1 away.
Okay. Yep. All right. Things are probably going to start to creep up in power, folks.
I'm on my 3rd.
You're on your 3rd skill already?
Yeah.
Holy
hit and
shit.
run.
You guys have been
Owing him down.
Yeah. Well, when you roll 12 dice, that's what happens. So, okay. Well done. This is free experience points. See, nothing to worry about. Let's turn off this intense music and go back to something a little more subtle. All right. Okay. What would you like to do now? Sounds like a great idea.
Well, we're here for supplies, right? So.
Well, what do
check out the
we
cafeteria.
do? We see anything in the security cameras that we do have available?
You do, I think. Let me see what's on this floor.
Yeah, can we?
We have what, 2nd floor cameras?
The floor you're on, which is it's technically the upper floor.
Yeah. Okay.
Or the ground floor, I guess. I don't know. You know what I mean. Where'd my fucking notes go? Hold on. Okay, let's see what we got. Okay, in the concourse, which is nearby around the corner, it looks like there are the remains of a fight. There's broken glass, there's some rubble, perhaps from an explosion or, something that damaged the actual building. There are... there's some blood and a bunch of zombies that appear to have been torn to pieces. Definitely some sort of big fight went out there. You don't see anything in the cafeteria at the moment on the camera. It looks empty. It looks a tad bit looted. But I'll tell you what, if you want to give me a spot check, Eric, since you are specifically looking at the camera, give me a spot check to see if you notice anything as the camera's kind of panning back and forth.
Okay.
Ho ho! 3
Ooh.
successes. Nicely done. Okay.
Nice.
You do notice, you see where there's like in the Jurassic Park movie where there was stuff hanging in the kitchen, like some pans or spoons or whatever. You see some of them are moving as if they've been recently disturbed. You also notice in one corner by some stuff that's been kind of piled up almost like a barricade, you can see what looks like gear that looks like someone maybe had was set up there. You see maybe a sleeping bag or two, stuff like that would indicate maybe somebody was there recently. Yeah, that is what you see. On this other floor, though, on the rest of the floor, let me see what else. Jellyfish room looks fairly empty. It looks like all the tanks are mostly clean. Looks like these were separate tanks. They're not attached to the main water purifiers and pumps of this. So they're all individual aquariums like you'd see if you went to the pet shop. Obviously a lot bigger. But it looks like, that nobody's been feeding the jellyfish, so they are all dead. But most of the water is a lot cleaner than the stuff you see down below. And then in the corridor, the panoramic corridor, you're guessing that's where the runners came from. So this corridor here, the panoramic corridor, it goes, it kind of goes down at an angle past part of the shark tank. 'Cause the shark tank goes the full 2 floors of the aquarium, and it's a like a glass window type tunnel throughout most of it. So you can actually see the shark tank, but the shark tank is dirty, nasty water, like the one you saw in the piranha room.
Guys, I'm gonna relay some of that information, and then
Oh, I'm sorry. There's one other thing you see, Eric. The cameras that are in the panoramic corridor, the ones that are looking in the direction of the shark tank, you can tell that part of the glass on the shark tank up here on this wall was damaged, and it looks like it's flooded this central area. So the water is not all the way up in the shark tank area because it's part of it is drained out and flooded into the central part of the aquarium. But
Okay.
with no lights down there, you can't see anything else.
So I'm gonna kind of relay that information over, and then start
Crap.
to, talk about how the cafeteria might have been looted already, but there might still be some supplies left if we want to do a once over.
Yeah, couldn't hurt to check. Also,
Maybe avoid
Kiki
zombie
would.
sharks.
Yeah. Kiki would relay that she did hear something in the cafeteria earlier.
Yeah, there looked to be a little bit of movement, but nothing solid on screen.
Well, we're here. Might as well check it out.
Yeah, if they were bedding down in the cafeteria, might as well check if they're still there.
All
I
right,
say we go on kind of quiet though, maybe.
give me those sneak rolls.
I could sneak maybe.
Oh, I don't know if I can sneak.
Got 5 dealies. Oh. A 6 and a 1. That's still 1 success.
Oh, I got one.
I got a 1.
I got a warsh. 1 and a
Yeah,
6.
Mostly 6 and 1s except for Ben.
Okay, so Ben causes trouble. Everybody else passes. Okay.
Oh, jeez. I'll just use the stress.
Okay.
God.
You don't have to. All right. Well, you all sneak quietly, making your way down the steps into the cafeteria. It's a fairly large room. Obviously, it's meant to hold, dozens and dozens of people. There is a large area kind of in the center where it looks like the staff work, and then they're separated from the crowds by like a big countertop, kind of like in a movie theater. But this is like in the center of the room. And then all throughout the rest of the room are tables with like bench style chairs that can probably fit 6 to 8 people at each table, 3 to 4 on the side. There's also probably some restrooms in here as well, and there's a whole bunch of supplies. You can see clearly somebody was stocking some stuff up here, and as you guys make your way around, you do hear some whispering from behind like one of the counters of the cafeteria. It sounds like 2 or 3 people kind of like having a very quick, like not necessarily an argument, but like a disagreement of like what they should do. They sound scared.
I'm gonna bring up my rifle and say, "Show yourself."
you hear one of them go, "Shit," and then you hear a very nervous male voice go, don't shoot," and you see a pair of hands stick up from behind the counter, and then eventually you see like a young man, probably in his late 20s, start to stand up.
Preston will say, "We're not here to hurt you. I heard a shot fired and thought maybe we could help."
And you can see he gets his shoulders, loosen a little bit. He lowers his hands a little bit. He still has them up, but they're like kind of up to his chest rather than above his head. And he looks down over his shoulder, clearly at someone else there, and he's like, "You see, they're not here to hurt us." And then you see a young girl, probably around the same age, late 20s, stand up, dirty blonde hair and a ponytail, and the guy, he says, "I'm Sam. That might have been our friend Andre. He went off to check for some supplies, and he hasn't come back. We heard a gunshot. We don't know where he is. Our other friend Sam here. I'm sorry, I'm Sam. What was the other guy's name? Robbie. He says, my other friend Robbie here. He's hurt. So we, me and Julia stayed back to watch over him. We've kind of been, holed up in here for a while."
I went through first aid training at my job. Maybe there's something I can do to help. Can I try a heal test to see help this guy?
He looks at your bleeding hand that you haven't bothered to fix yourself and questions whether or not you're telling the truth.
Oh no, it's got a bunch of duct tape and a chainsaw on it.
He does not seem convinced that the guy with a chainsaw strapped to his arm is the guy that's going to heal him.
Don't worry. I've done this before. I got 6 dice. I don't know.
Well, you guys can see that behind the counter there is a third man, maybe a little bit younger, who looks like he is slightly injured. There's some bandages around his leg, and he looks like he's in a bit of pain. He's currently propped up on his elbows. He's on his, he's laying back, and he's propped up on his elbows trying to see what's going on. The girl, Julia, she asks you, I don't suppose you've seen anyone else? Did you see Andre? And she gives you a brief description of him.
Does it sound like a zombie?
Not that you've seen, no. She describes a guy who's probably in his 30s, mostly clean shaven, aside from a little bit of stubble, just because they've been out here for a little while. She said he had like a blue hoodie and somewhat short but messy black hair.
No one matches the description so far.
They look relieved, but also obviously still worried as well.
Your friend, did he go up to the roof or down below?
Oh, we're not sure. After he left the cafeteria.
I think Kiki would point to the injured person and say, well, "What happened to your leg there?"
He says, well, when we were making our way in here, they explained that they got attacked in the concourse, and one of them ended up throwing a grenade, which is what caused all the damage, and he got thrown by the blast down the stairs, and basically he didn't impale his leg, but his leg got sliced up pretty bad on some like rubble or shrapnel that he landed on.
Yeah, that tracks. We're in a similar situation ourselves. Going through the ticket office.
They said, yeah, we heard a lot of the noise.
Oh yeah, sorry about that.
It kept their attention off us, so I guess thanks in a way. And then finally Sam says, "So what are you guys doing out here anyway?"
Collecting supplies. Trying to rebolster our defenses.
You guys got a camp somewhere safe?
Maybe.
You can see Sam has an eager look on his face. Julia does not look like she trusts you guys right now or isn't convinced. And she kind of pulls Sam to the side, and you can hear her kind of whispering something to him. And it seems like the three of them are kind of having a conversation. If anybody wants to give me a spot to see if they can hear what they're saying, or if anybody wants to give me a...
But Scout.
Scout is literally if you want to like try to scout ahead and
Yeah.
kind of observe ahead of the group. Maybe I guess we'll do evaluate. I'm thinking kind of like an intuition thing here. That this seems spot or evaluate, whichever you prefer.
Okay. I don't think I can throw one of those in. Pretty good at one, he said, before breaking this roll. Oh,
Oof.
that's all middling. So nothing
Wow.
interesting.
2 through 5. Nice job.
I got one.
Yay. Okay, Preston.
Oh.
And Kiki. Not great.
Kiki will take that.
Okay.
Take that stress.
Roll me a d5, Kiki.
What if you take stress to make a success? You don't need to roll the d5, I think.
Too late.
All right.
Okay.
Keep the stress.
All right. So Preston, you can tell Julia, obviously by her body language, does not trust you guys. Obviously, she's a little more cautious, which, she doesn't know you guys yet, so she might just be standoffish in that regards. You can tell Sam seems to be a bit more trusting, and obviously they're discussing, whether or not they should even be asking you guys and if they can trust you. Clearly, if you guys have a camp or something, they would want to join and team up with you guys. They're both concerned about their friend Robbie. Obviously, they're putting his needs ahead of everything. But they're kind of discussing between themselves, like, can they trust you guys or not? And Sam is obviously kind of pushing towards trying to convince you guys to let them come with, whereas Julia doesn't seem so convinced. And you can tell Julia and Robbie don't want to leave until they find out what happened to Andre. Kiki, as you are all kind of discussing this, and you guys are kind of chilling out, looking around, you decide to rummage around behind the actual area where the staff work. You're going through like some of the fridges or containers back there. Mm-hmm. You open a fridge, and there is a severed zombie head in the fridge, which is still alive and chattering, and it snaps down and bites your arm. You take a point of damage. You're quickly able to smash it or stab it or whatever, but you take a point of damage from that.
Ooh. Kiki would scream out. Go, what the hell?
You
Just
guys
a
all
zombie
see that.
head?
Did someone leave that in the fridge on purpose?
The three of them look confused, as if they had no idea it was there.
What do I roll to see if I think they're full of shit?
I would say spot or evaluate again. Those seem to be the two best skills.
Here we go! Nothing.
You can't tell.
This is an odd place to keep a zombie head. You know what? Let's try to find your pal, and if that's good, I think that maybe we could team up. You know, you can always use more cooks in the kitchen. Right? That's the saying. I'm not very smart.
Sam seems amenable to that, but Julia does not want to leave their friend behind. And you can tell if you guys bring him with, he's going to slow you guys down and probably be more of a liability.
I'm going to try to convince her with my convince roll.
Okay, this is going to require 3 successes.
I got 0 successes.
Yeah.
Why don't you come with?
She's like, no, we're not leaving him behind. We're not moving him until we're ready to go. It's too dangerous.
Now, if we find your pal.
Yep, go ahead.
What about then? What if we find your pal and we bring him back?
She looks at the other two, and Sam looks pretty eager, and Robbie like nods like, yeah, that seems good. She's like, all right, find Andre, and then we can all get out of here. And then Robbie says, if you guys want to take a breather, you're welcome to help yourselves. We got a couple things we could probably spare. It's the least we could do.
They're not in the fridge, are they?
No, he points over to where you can see where the sleeping bags were set up, and there's some boxes, and you can tell there's probably some stuff they've scavenged together. Basic food and water and stuff like that. If you guys want to take a breather, do any heal checks or anything like that, you can. I'll let you guys discuss for a moment what you guys want to do at this point. I'm gonna use the bathroom really quick, so discuss amongst yourselves how you want to proceed or what you want to do next.
You could convince the broken leg guy to treat him if you proved it to them.
I don't.
Position heal thyself.
My convincy is at 3 dice, so it's not great.
Just do a heal on your own hand.
Well, I got no damage, and I'd much rather have a chainsaw for a hand personally. I was secretly hoping that was going to happen when I chose this character. But I've got the hearten is underlined, so I can try to do that to relieve some stress from everybody.
I guess if we... Wait, what do we get from like a quick nap or whatever? Catch a break? Once per day? Oh, yeah, that's right. We can spend adrenaline to do that. I don't really have a whole lot of extra. But also I haven't spent that much, so... I guess whatever would be good with me at this point.
All right.
We're low on stress.
Yeah, if you want to do the hearten, like you said, Preston, that might be a good idea.
Yeah, you guys
let's give it a go.
Blowing through your rolls and have getting up to tier 3 already or whatever. Maybe
doing what I can. Let's go. Here we go.
Get some adrenaline back.
Ooh, trash. I got 1
success.
If I add stress, can I remove more stress?
Let me see exactly how this works in the rules.
Hey, what are you doing here?
Because if that comes out to an even wash but more adrenaline, I'm here for it.
Is that hearten that you're giving a
correct? Yes.
To everyone? Okay.
Let me see.
Yeah, I guess it would be a wash for you, and then everybody else that can hear your speech gains adrenaline, and then you lose 1 and gain 1.
I think that's how it works, but let me double check here. Here we go. Call it a rallying cry, a motivational speech, or a pep talk. When you're down, well-chosen words can make a difference. Once per day, one survivor in the group can roll hearten to give other survivors a number of adrenaline points equal to the number of successes rolled. The acting survivor gains adrenaline 2 based on the normal rules for adrenaline gain. So,
Oh, I
if
thought it
you...
removed stress. My mistake.
Oh, did I write that incorrectly in the rules? That could
Oh
be
no,
my
you're
fault.
right. It is gain adrenaline equal to success roll, so it's not.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
not
I
stress at all.
just misspoke. Yeah.
You just give
Okay.
everybody adrenaline. Interesting.
So can I
So you maybe wouldn't want
spend
to dress.
stress to get more adrenaline?
But we can catch a break, so I guess
Yes,
if
you
do it,
can.
it would be a wash.
Okay, so let me add 3 more successes. So 4 successes. So everybody can gain 4 adrenaline. And then
Correct.
do I gain 4 or do I gain 8?
You would gain 8.
Fuck yeah.
Oh.
Because
Oh,
yeah,
shit.
every success you roll on any test gives you an adrenaline, and then this says you do get adrenaline on this from this roll. So, yeah.
Okay, and then what is this that we can do to remove stress? Because
So, well, first of all, what do you say that encourages everybody to gain 4 points of adrenaline? What pumps the group up?
look, team, we're gonna get out there. We're gonna find this guy, and when we bring him back, we're gonna be big goddamn heroes. Do you guys want to be big goddamn heroes? I can't hear you.
Yeah.
You two. All right, let's do this. Let's be big goddamn heroes.
What is this, Firefly? Big goddamn heroes? Love it.
Yes. Yes.
All right. Well, you get a shit ton of adrenaline, so that's pretty cool. And then, yes, you may catch a break. Zombies die hard, but old habits even harder. To relieve some stress, you can indulge in your favorite habits, such as smoking a cigarette, reading a book, taking a bite off your favorite snack, or maybe all of these at the same time. Once per day, you can spend a number of adrenaline points to reduce your accumulated stress by an equal number. However, you cannot reduce your stress if it would take you below to the next level of whatever skill you're at. So if you're in the yellow zone, you can't go past, what is it, 7? I think that's the lowest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, correct.
So,
Okay.
but yeah, good job using the heart in there, because you guys just got a bunch of adrenaline. So,
So
yeah,
I'm at
everybody can-
18, so I can get rid of. I'll get rid of 3 to wipe out the 3 I just gained. Go back to 4.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll
Still net gain.
take 2 to reduce stress by 2.
I'm gonna reduce my stress by 5.
Nice.
So much stress.
Kyle, how about you? You gonna reduce it at all?
Sorry, I was muted. Yeah, I'll go down by Ooh, I actually can't go. Or no, I'll go down by 3.
Okay. All right. A pep talk and a quick break later, you guys are ready to roll. Where do you head next?
I think maybe check the roof. One place the cameras didn't fully show.
Yeah, if we find him up there, that would be ideal. I don't think I want to go down into the waterlogged, possibly zombie shark infested lower level.
I would love to not see a zombie shark.
All right. Well, you head back towards the coral room and make your way up the stairs that go up there. Now, these stairs are like what you'd see like in like an aquarium. No, like this is like it's like a fire escape that leads up to the roof. So this is more of like an industrial looking staircase. You know, it doesn't have like it's not nicely painted like the rest. It's basically just concrete, very very basic. And as you guys make your way up here, you turn the corner as you're making your way up to from the landing up to the second part. And who had the flashlight? Is that Aaron?
Yeah.
Aaron, you turn the flashlight and you see that there is a group of zombies crowding the upper levels of the stairs. They seem to be relatively docile. Doesn't seem like they necessarily heard you guys. They're all kind of just like standing there, kind of inert. I mean, they're moving, but not a whole lot. They haven't been like detected anything yet. And you see several of them wearing lab coats.
I'm gonna like lower the light and give some hand gestures. It's like, be quiet and back off a little bit.
Imagine that scene in what was the fucking Will Smith movie with the vampires?
I Am Legend.
Imagine in I Am Legend when he goes into the building to chase the dog and keeps flashing the flashlight and he comes upon that room where it's just filled with the monsters and they're all just like standing there like twitching if they don't notice him right away. That's kind of like what you come upon.
Oh no.
I will need everybody to give me a sneak roll to back out and not alert the horde.
Alright. What do we got here? Oh, cool.
I am not terribly sneaky.
I can kick one of these up to a success. Which I think
Oh, I got one. Oh, I got one.
Oh boy.
I'm spending a stress to kick.
Okay,
a
Aaron
Yeah.
avoids trouble.
I'm gonna use a stress too.
All right, Ben avoids trouble. Kiki, what about you? You have no successes.
I got nothing. Can I do anything?
Oh, no, you can't because none of those are 4+. Oh, no stress for you. Well, everybody backs down really slowly, but Kiki,
What are you guys doing?
as you back down, you step on a soda can on the floor, and it might as well be like a gunshot going off because everything else is so quiet. And all of you hear from above, and they come shambling / charging down the stairs. Man, you guys are awesome at this game. I love it. Okay, let me see how many bros are in this group.
Oh, it's chainsaw time.
Oh, fuck. Okay, well, so there are, let me make sure I'm doing this right. Okay. There are 4 brutes.
A lot of big guys.
And there is a hulking, crunching, massive abomination. The biggest, nastiest zombies that you guys have encountered. Basically, think like a step down from the tank. Not even a step down, almost as much as the tank in Left 4 Dead. Like he is crunching parts of these stairs as he's coming down towards you guys, and the brutes are shambling towards you. Now, on the plus side, these guys are not extremely quick, unlike the others. They are all speed 1, but an abomination has 3 health, so you need a damage 3 weapon to even scratch this guy.
I didn't see those on the list.
That's because they're Molotovs and you used your Molotov.
What fool did that? Oh shit.
You know-
So, yeah, let's get a little. We're gonna get some music here. Okay, they are. They are 2 away from you guys by the time they realize this. So you will have 2 rounds before they get in combat with you.
How do we run away?
I'm sorry. Hold on, one thing. Kiki did not pass that test. I forgot. So Kiki, you are 1 turn away from them. The rest of the group is 2 turns away from them. Think of it like that.
Dick.
So do what you want to do.
Oof.
So we only get to do 1 action or 2?
You get a
So if I
main
wanted
and
to,
a
like-
support action.
So
Like
if
you
I
can
wanted to
aim if you have like the shotguns, you can aim at the brutes.
They are both the same speed, so if you hit them, you get to choose which one you hit.
Okay. Yeah, so if I wanted to like shoot and then like back up or evade or that sort of deal. That's
Well, if you
possible.
evade, then you're actively dodging, or you could
Oh,
you could move and rejoin the group and be with them, so you guys are all together.
okay, so we'll do that. I'll do the shoot and then
All right.
let me make sure I have 2, 3. Okay. So this is for the shooting. Oof. So
Not a single one.
So I do have the
Ugh.
lucky trait.
Okay, what does that do?
That allows me to re-roll. Let's see. For each action you take, you may choose to roll all dice again. The new result replaces the previous one.
Oh wow, that's
Yeah.
pretty legit.
So we'll do that.
Yeah, seems good with no successes.
Un.
Oh my god, it's like the exact same
Real.
roll. What the fuck?
Can I
Wow.
bump that 4, or is that it?
What? It's whatever the accuracy of your weapon is.
Oh.
Your normal skill
It's
roll,
all-
you can only buff 4s, but on a weapon, it's the accuracy of the weapon.
Pistol is 3+.
So you can boost any 3+ if you wish.
Oh. So I got 4 there. I got 3 3s and a 4. So I will I'll do all 4. So that's 4
Okay.
stress, right?
Yeah, what's the damage of the pistol?
It is damage 1.
So you can't hurt these guys with that weapon. That will not do anything. You need a weapon that does damage 2 or higher.
Oh. So I could like
You
that
can
was-
aim at the other ones, can you? Or is there
True.
only brutes?
It's only brutes and the abomination. The brutes are health 2, the abomination is health 3.
Oh damn.
So you probably don't want to shoot unless you have a different gun to use.
Yeah, then I can't do anything. Then yeah, I guess I would just rejoin the group.
Okay, well that'll be 1 action. You can
Okay.
have a second action if you want to use it for anything.
I'd look at my pistol and then to the other 3 and go, I don't think this is gonna do anything.
Okay.
You might be right.
All right, who's next? Not everybody at once.
I have no way of hurting this thing.
Yeah.
I tell you what, why doesn't
Um.
everybody give me a spot check as you stand there in horror, wondering what to do?
Like, is there like, can we lock them to the top door?
Oh, I got one.
Okay. If anybody else wants to make a spot, they may do so.
Yeah, what spot? 2, 3, 4, 5.
I got
Geeky,
2.
nice. Oh, look at all these. Everybody's coming. Almost.
Wash. Nothing.
Yep.
Nothing interesting again.
Pass.
Okay. For those of you that pass, you can tell the abomination is wearing the shredded remains of a dark blue hoodie, and what little hair it has on its head is messy black hair. Kiki, you do notice there is a door at the bottom of this stairwell that you could potentially try to shut before these things get through. However, if you are unable to somehow lock or barricade the door this round, they are going to be at the door and pounding at it and potentially breaking through. So, Kiki, we'll say you point that out since you were kind of left behind. You had the longest chance. You were closest to the zombies. You realize the abomination has to be Andre. And then the three of you that passed, including Kiki, you do know you notice the doors. You guys are running out. So they are still in the staircase. Basically, they're on the landing, and you guys now are like out in the coral room.
Is locking a door like that a security action? A security roll?
I would say you could do security, or you could do tinker.
My break-in skill lets me do a security roll as an extra action.
Or I would let you do
in combat
as well. You could do any of those three. So yeah, you could do that.
Let me see. Okay, I'll try and. All right, everybody run. I'll try and roll.
Yeah.
Do a security roll.
Oh shit.
Okay,
Way ahead
Unlock
of
the door.
you.
go for it. This is going to say before you roll. What are you trying to do to lock this door?
What kind of door does it look like?
It's just like one of those metal doors with the like L-shaped handle.
And it doesn't have like a natural lock on it.
And it looks like it needs a key
Right.
to like lock it.
Does it open towards the staircase or away from the staircase?
Away, it opens into the room.
Okay. I guess try and shut the door and barricade it with something. Like tell the group to grab stuff to barricade the door.
Okay.
Or like try and like break the handle or shim the handle so it can't move.
All right. Well, if you're going to barricade the door, you only need one success, which you have, but you are going to cause trouble here unless you do something about that.
Yeah, I'll use this trust to avoid that.
Okay. So you start barricading the door with nearby stuff. What is everybody else doing?
Oof. Running?
Where are you running to?
Anywhere but here. I guess back down.
Can I look around?
Well, you already took your turn, Kiki. You ran.
Okay.
Because remember, you were left behind, so you ran.
Oh, I didn't. Yeah, okay.
So, Preston and Aaron, what are you two doing?
Gonna stick close to Ben. Ready. I guess get ready to shoot a shotgun blast if somebody punctures the door or something.
Okay.
Or run as soon as he runs.
Okay. We'll say you're aiming right now, so if you take a shot this turn. Preston, how about you? Where are you running to?
I'm getting out of there. Down the stairs, ready for the fallback.
Which stairs?
I mean, aren't we? We're up at the top, right?
No, you guys are where you are on the map at this point.
Oh man, I thought we were up the stairs already. All right, my mistake. I guess just aim then and be ready with the shotgun.
Okay. All right. Zombie's turn. Ben, you can hear them and then you can feel them as they begin to slam against the door, and you can tell it might hold for a few seconds. As soon as that thing hits, you can see part of the door bend and bulge outwards. Your guys' turn.
Did we notice any weapons with the other group we met?
They probably had like a few pistols and things like that, but you didn't really search around, so you don't know what else they may have. Maybe
They did mention
knives.
throwing a grenade to blow up the concourse, so maybe they do have still some more explosives, but maybe not.
We're kind of out of options, so
We just gotta push him into the shark tank.
we can make enough noise by the stairwell.
Wait, is like
They're attracted by noise.
that's
What if we push something heavy down the stairs as they break through the door?
Are you asking me or the team?
The team.
Yeah.
Do we notice any like big like file cabinets or like something like computer screens?
I'm sure
Desks.
there's something big like that you can throw. Yeah, there's plenty of stuff and detritus and shit. So yeah, sure.
Okay. I'm gonna suggest lining stuff up at the stairs so that when they break through, we can just push everything down the stairs.
Okay, well, you guys only have a few seconds, so that's your suggestion. What does everybody else say or do? I mean, this is, you probably have about 5-10 seconds before that door is coming off the hinges.
Yeah, is there anything nearby that we can push down?
Yeah, there's plenty of stuff. That's not an issue.
I'm gonna start staging stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
Does any of this stuff look flammable or explosive?
No.
Okay.
Sorry, there's no explosive coral in the aquarium. I'm sorry. So, Ben, explain to me what exactly you're going to attempt to do here.
Okay, so I'm gonna basically line like big desks or file cabinets, anything I can find like at the stairs.
Which
So then-
stairs?
The ones going down into the shark tank that's broken.
These?
Yeah, these.
Okay.
So line up like as much like heavy stuff here, so that when they break through the door, push everything over the stairwell so it like crashes down the stairs, making a bunch of noise, and kind of like duck into the piranha room to like see if they take the bait.
Okay. That's fine. I'd rather say yes than no. However, I will say this, okay? I'm not going to tell you what it's going to take until you do it, but you all know that is going to require some severe luck and ingenuity, because it's the timing, and it's also not only the timing, but then you guys have to get out of line of sight. And basically, as soon as they break down that door, they're going to be in the room and they'll be able to see you guys. So it's possible, but it's going to be difficult.
I guess a really quick like geography question. With the Penguin Hall, are these like open tanks that like we could push something into? Or do the tanks go up?
The tanks do not go really past the floor, but this is like, remember, because you kind of fell through part of it. This is like a walkway, like a catwalk that goes over the penguin display.
Yeah.
And this is like a balcony that goes around it. So all of this floor is above the penguin tank, and it is open. So it's like a zoo exhibit. If you were up above it, you can see down into it.
Oh, okay. So like this whole square is the zone, and there's just this catwalk in the middle.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay.
The blue part is the actual dimensions of the tank, and it goes through both floors.
Yeah.
You want to try and get them in there?
Yeah, frig that. I'm using my lifesaver perk to drag Ben by the collar through the catwalk in the Penguin Hall.
Okay.
We're going
Okay.
this way.
Preston and Kiki, do you guys follow?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you guys just gonna chill here, or are you guys running back to the cafeteria?
I think I'm gonna head back to the cafeteria to warn them.
Okay. What about everybody
Warn
else?
the other survivors there.
Because you guys would have enough time to start running towards the cafeteria, unless you're gonna stand here to try to do something in the Penguin Hall.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is there any sensible way to like sabotage the catwalk further, or shoot? Like I could do a shotgun blast into it when people turn up.
Yeah,
That-
you guys
that does
feel
it?
you have enough firepower, perhaps. I mean, it started to fall apart just when you fell through, so you're imagining with the weight of the brutes and the abomination, that might be enough. But if you start shooting it or hacking at it with your weapons, you know, someone's got a fire axe, so you could potentially fuck it up more.
Yeah, that might be a good course of action.
You all know that brutes are not the most agile of creatures, and neither are abominations. They they don't move fast. They just take huge strides, but they're not fast. You know, they're not like they're not as mobile as the tank in Left 4 Dead, but they are about as big.
Yeah, let's
Okay.
bust up the walkway.
All right, Ben, what about you?
I'm gonna go with this new plan.
Okay. Well, you guys hear the door get obliterated, and the undead shamble/charge into the coral room. You all can make an attack with whatever weapon you'd like, or you can make a tinker roll to try to fuck up or sabotage the balcony. Preston, you make it into the cafeteria. The group of them see you come running, and then you guys hear the crash of the door. What do you say or do?
Unfortunately, your friend has become one of them, and they are on their way. Break yourselves, fool.
Give me either appeal or convince, and I will give you a +2 bonus here.
Rad, we're going appeal. I'm more appealing than I am convincing. But
Ooh.
not by much. That
Ooh.
is 2 1s and no 6s.
Oh, and no, you can't force any. That is some trouble. Roll me a d5, please.
Here we go. D5. Why won't my 5 go? There it goes. How about a 1?
Okay. Let me read what this says here. Okay. You run in, you shout this at them. It's nothing too bad. This is just, it's considered annoying is the severity. Your voice cracks as you're trying to plead with them to come with you. And they all, you know, you can tell they're like, who the fuck is this guy? What an idiot.
It's time to go.
Yeah, but the shock of hearing their friend is dead is getting them to move. Perhaps not as fast as you'd like, but they are gathering their shit. And it looks like the two of them are going to try to basically prop up Robbie and drag/carry him. Rest of you, make your attack rolls, please.
Alrighty. Gonna do Tinker with the fire axe.
Oh, 3 6s. Kiki on fire.
Right.
Nice.
Just my normal attack roll.
Are these guys one away?
Yeah, you guys can see them. They're probably like they can see you guys. They're like here. You can either make an attack with a weapon or you can make a tinker roll. Your choice.
Yeah, I definitely gonna prefer to shoot in this case.
Holy shit, Ben! You got so many dice. Three successes. Nice.
That's not great,
Ooh,
but I am
Aaron.
I'm gonna go ahead and push one to
Okay.
get 1 success on a damage 2 weapon.
All right. Well, between the group of you, you start hacking, slashing, and shooting at this, and there are chunks and plates coming off at every angle. And then the creatures start to shamble and charge towards you. The abomination basically running on its knuckles like an ape. And as it comes charging towards you, the catwalk gives way, and all of them go tumbling and smashing into the penguin tank, into the water below. As they tumble into that, some of them roll and hit the side of the glass, and it begins to crack, and you can see streams of water pouring through. And then you can see and then feel and hear something large smash against the glass from the other side as if it's trying to break into the penguin hall.
Oh no.
Your turns.
Oh boy.
Oh no.
So are we looking at the map here? They're below us now?
Yes, they have fallen to the second level.
Okay. How far from that? Like, could they reach up and be like, nah, come on?
No, even the abomination would have to climb or jump at least. None of them could just reach up and snag you guys.
Oh, all right. Kiki would look around. Is there any sort of loose wiring?
Ooh.
Give me a spot check.
I like that. That's good thinking. That's clever.
All right, come on. All right.
Nice.
Oh,
Nice,
two
nice,
sixes,
nice.
2 1s. Yes. And with the power still restored to this level, it is an active sparking wire.
I think Kiki would look at the wire and look at everybody and kind of just point down.
Just put the wire in her mouth. Call it a day.
I'll take it from here.
Yeah, there you go.
All right.
Errol Flynn, like, grab the rope and ride it into the pit of zombies.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeehaw! Kiki would look at the others and say, we should drop this down, like right now.
Well, that's your action, Kiki, is you find the wire and you've grabbed it. What's everybody else doing?
I guess help her figure out how to get it into the water.
You can give her an assist. I mean, it's big, but you can start pulling more of it down so it's loose. So, no action required. Just spend your turn doing that. Aaron and Preston?
I'm going to try to, I guess, usher these people out.
Okay. Yeah, they're kind of like, which way. So you can lead them whichever way you want.
I think, oh, man. I don't want to lead them out. I guess, you know what? I'm just going to tell them, like, get ready, hunker down. They're coming from this way. And then I'll move back towards the audio room.
Okay. Aaron?
I don't know. I've got an underline here for education, which makes me want to say something like, well, that catwalk is conductive. If you tap the wire to it, it might conduit down to the water. You just can't be standing on it without rubber soles if you don't want to get shot.
If you want to make an education roll, go right ahead. Oh
Wow.
my god. 3
I get-
1s.
I get to reroll one of those though, because that's,
Oh,
the
that's true.
seventh
It's your
die.
mastery die, yeah. Okay.
Come on, 6. Yes. Okay, I only need to spend 1 stress to
Okay.
make it a 2 success, no trouble.
Okay. So you do know that while you could shock the balcony, there's no way it's going to reach all the way down to the bottom where these guys are at, because most of the rest of the tank is glass, or the snow rocks that make up the exhibit. So you're better off just throwing it down there, and once the water starts to fill up, that'll probably fry them. You can also tell the glass is about to break anyway from the side here that's being smashed.
Okay. Yeah, also I want to take a step back.
Okay. All right. Zombie turn. There's another massive smash. You guys hear a huge crash. And although you don't see it in its entirety, you do see the shape of a massive, clearly undead shark.
Oh God! You know, I asked earlier to not see the zombie shark.
It looks like
We tried so hard.
probably a great white. That's how big it is. It is indeed an abomination shark. And it
Doesn't sound
smashes.
great to me.
It smashes through the glass. Water begins pouring in, filling the lower level of the Penguin Hall and quickly submerging the zombies. Now, the brutes are quickly swept away or covered by the water, and you lose sight of them. And you see the abomination and the shark begin to fight as the shark immediately begins to attack and lands a huge chomp on one of the abomination's massive arms. What do you guys do?
All right. Start putting down bets.
You guys are up.
Pep, we should scoot along this way. And I point my thumb towards the jellyfish room. Like, unless you want to take home a bunch of zombie shark meat, which I mean is a supply, maybe. I don't know. How do people
You
feel
know,
about
I mean,
zombie shark fin
the
soup?
zombies eat us. Why don't we,
Eat them
get
back.
back at them?
Yeah.
Get back, I get
Take a
mine.
bite out of crime.
I'll pass. Let's go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Kiki be into leaving.
Okay. You don't do anything with the wire. You guys just book it, call it a day.
Well, I mean, there's no way to have it reach down.
Oh, there is now that you guys have pulled it loose and the water is beginning to fill the lower half of the tank. So
I mean, yes, by all means, Kiki's gonna drop that.
okay. Well, you don't need to roll for that because you're just like throwing it over the edge, so there's no roll. You toss it, and it indeed hits the water, and you see surges and bolts of electricity begin to arc through the water, up and down both the abomination and the shark. And you can see them twitching and screeching and roaring, and the lights throughout the building begin to flicker as the whole power grid is overloaded. And after several seconds of this, you see both the shark and the abomination cease to move and go limp in the water. The shark floating towards the top as it goes belly up, and the abomination sinking beneath the surface of the murky water. And eventually, all the lights and all the power in the aquarium shuts down. You hear the generator and the overall system just power down. Lights are bursting and shattering, and the music cuts out and screeches in the audio room, and it is dead quiet and silent. It appears they are indeed dead.
Yay!
Kiki would wipe her hands off and go, "Well, that's that."
Well, sounds like you got him. Good toss.
That'll do, pig.
I'm not going down there though.
No. I mean, it's flooded now.
Everybody give me a spot, please.
No.
Ooh, I got a success that time. No one.
I got nothing.
Doing two.
Okay, for those that passed, Kiki, you gonna burn a point of stress here?
You bet.
Okay. For those that pass, you see starting to bubble up to the surface the remains of the brutes. The brutes are a special variant of zombies called skinners. And in game terms, what they do is every time a skinner zombie is eliminated, they instead become a crawler. The idea is that they basically get torn to shreds or ripped to pieces, where it's like the upper half of a zombie now crawling around. Basically got to kill them twice, but now they're just torsos crawling and swimming. And you see that they begin to smash their hands into the sides of the penguin display and begin trying to pull themselves up the wall towards you guys. Now, they are very slow, not only because they're brutes, but because they're crawlers. Crawlers are super slow as well. It'll take them a while to get up here, but they do begin to emerge from the murky depths.
Oh, come on.
Let's go. Let's leave. Time to go.
Do you take your newfound friends and leave?
Yeah, party's over.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Well, you leave the crawling Skinner brute torsos behind, very easily outrunning them and out maneuvering them as you make your way back through the rest of the aquarium and out to the main entrance here. Julia and Sam and Robbie obviously are sad that their friend Andre is no more, but they thank you. Even Julia seems to warm up to you guys a bit, thanks you repeatedly for saving them and getting them out of there. Do you take them back to your camp, or do you leave them to sort their shit out on their own?
I say we bring him back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think we have any real reason not to trust them.
Well, the more the merrier.
All right. Well, you all load up in your party van and rev up the engine. You guys take off into the sunset, back to the camp. No supplies found, but 3 more survivors to help out at the camp, which is always a good thing. And that will conclude our Zombicide Spectacular. So, well done, players. Good thinking there, because otherwise that abomination was going to be tricky to deal with.
Yeah, I had no recourse. There was nothing I could do.
Yeah.
That's exactly what happens in the board game. If an abomination shows up and you don't have a Molotov cocktail, you need to run until you get one, or you finish the mission, or you all die. So
Brutal.
Yeah. But yeah, we got to see Shark versus Abomination, and that was totally random what you guys ran into too in the hallway. But so be it.
Really?
So
Madness.
you guys killed most of the zombies though. I think there was one other horde left somewhere.
Oh.
You guys killed quite a bit. So there you have it, players and listeners. As you can see, Zombicide is some high octane action, and yeah, you become a badass. In total, you guys, let me see how many, I counted them here. You killed 24 walkers, 8 runners, 6 brutes, and technically 2 abominations.
Damn.
There you go.
Not a bad day. Not a bad day at all. So there you have it, folks. That is the end of our little Halloween extravaganza this year. I hope you've enjoyed some of the creepy shit we've done. Definitely check out Zombicide Chronicles. Pretty fun game, pretty cool. Check out the board game too if you haven't. So I think we will call it at that. Players, thank you so much for joining us tonight. And listeners, we will be back next week with the start of our Shadowrun campaign. Adam here is going to take my place behind the GM screen for probably about 2 to 3 months, depending how long the game lasts. And that'll be our new weekly thing for a while. So that'll probably take us right up to the end of the year, give or take. And then we're going to dive into some more Alien. We're going to play through Heart of Darkness, the last cinematic part of the Draconis Strain trilogy. And then we're going to dive into the Colonial Marine campaign and finish off all the published content. So, and next week, our gang is going to consist of myself, along with Sean will be back, Scar will be joining us, and our friend Poultrygeist, who I think he was here for our Alien Trojan Horse game 2 weeks ago. Aaron, he joined us from Scar's server. He's going to be joining us. Unfortunately, our friend Tim had to bail on Shadowrun. He's got some personal stuff going on right now. So, but we had a couple people that wanted to take his replacement spot. So Aaron was the first to the plate. So we will have a full gang for that as well. All of us are new to Shadowrun except for Adam. So next week will be session 0. We're going to make our characters. Adam will tell us a bit about what the campaign's going to be like and walk us through character creation, and then we will get to cyberpunking it up. So that'll be pretty cool. Can't wait. Thank you all, gentlemen. Hope you've had fun. The zombie shenanigans, and happy Halloween to everyone, each and every one of you. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. We will see you on the flip side, same time, same place. Nighty night.